said they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Of resistance, fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Natulaje bwana mwabuli vemelem kuja Atibe kwa natulane bovo Timalugodo nugodo kokodo nyano be hule Nani mona tulilu Naya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali waso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Mama abulezi okwenu Na baka la keluego nezi enwe Nubocha kala keluego nudezi Baka na baba neno waralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono nanda kulugu seji tono nugu banatayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa kwacha siyenyi kakesu ezo pabule bewelo tamano Umo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makano fobi abakama Nala nugo noe Mo Biafra na mekele ununina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakenemi Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land among them. Adawunelia kalaya dike. Ma fondi mojiri diebu me bide biche vele among them. Abusigodo kweji mali bonine. Adagweji malo Biafra miya. Kadumegwo chuku. Opagisi ekene logi Philipu Efyong. Abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ekunye na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata. Na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo n'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na ele Opagisi ekene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike Biafra kedebe dike. Amadike Biafra bianu.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Pagibo foye tilindiro mbadangula hunis.
Accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. He's using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them. They convinced me. This is what is this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So
Biafran government They know na exile cabinet bianolo numwe. Ano ekene unu jisinu ikene. Na chukuna ndana ya agba unu ube. Baka no ya sulobi ya atoka imaluge nuwe. Jisinu ikene. Kanelo mondi Biafra Rejection army umuchukwu. The angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na nuwe. Anuwe kene nunama. Na nunu jisi kenol. Natugo ya baume. Omochukwu. I say can the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Webber. Abuzi kwa batobi yo. The best one. Atwale le omo Biafra bianulu. Anonganga piotembe wile name.
I can show you, you will not see.
Yes. Mwana babo biakenelio. Odagiri dimu.
All the guys send their son to you remember well.
Ose fulu bilo bianulu. Makwale na kosa de malaya. Mweji mwagu kojilo sinodilo kasojilo yatiji sojilo wewalaso. Abuzi kwe wabatobi. Ogada gididi kebya nulu. Mweji wekwala niyo. Kujine chukunye ndi Biafra na nulu. Nuna beke nege. Asibona ya dele Biafra ni le namma. Asino ya dele no ni le namma. Mandanye na bono mweno utela ni welienne. Mandanye na bono nudo no mwe. Makana mbona boke kwe na bonike. Moya na no moya no. No be voye de beline de no wa ma believe melema. A good legacy will last forever, my believe and the remembrance of my beliefs you.
Each and every one of you, and as I do welcome you, as always, I will ask you to welcome those around you. I welcome you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because unlike any other, this very broadcast, simulcast on multiple platforms this very day, morning, noon, or night, depending on where you are, is being relayed right across the face of this very planet Earth. A lot of people are watching, a lot of people are listening, and many of you will be blessed as a result of it. And as I do welcome you, please endeavor, or should I say, try to welcome other people as well. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over the world, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Regardless of where you are, as I said earlier, we are welcoming you, and we are going to pray as it is customary for us to do here. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you, and before we proceed, we are going to pray. As it is usual with us here on this platform, we pray because we are nothing without the Almighty. We are going to offer praise and adoration to Him as always, and I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla na ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla na ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tuo oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ, nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịrị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko m dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na ịja mma mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ ogwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwaanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma, na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach this very day, because heaven and earth will bear us witness.
There are people who are incorruptible. Incorruptible, I said. There is nothing that moves them. I have come to this earth to do one thing and one thing alone, is to fight and get Biafra. I have not come to this world to be a millionaire, to own hotel, to own oil block, to be close to the president of Nigeria. That is not my job. My job is, what have you done to restore Biafra? When I die and meet Chukwu Abiyama, that's what they will ask me. Did you get Biafra? Not how many cars you had, how many hotels you built, how many convoys you can travel with. Irrelevant.
You see, the land of Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact. But now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody.
There is no money in the zoo. If you don't take your money, start to withdraw your money from the bank. Oh, I have been saying it. The country is collapsing economically. There is no money in the zoo. There is no money. We have been warning you. Take your money away from the banks in the zoo. The zoo is collapsing. But some of you won't listen now.
Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come.
The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go to the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you'll find them there. Gossip, the gossip is sweeter than honey from Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it's trying to remove feeding bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur. Is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly.
The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigeria terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate the Biafrans. Don't knowing that I actually lost the war already before it really was.
One thing people don't know is that we, this current generation fighting for Biafra liberation, we understood something that many people don't understand in the past. We understand that power, every power is given by God. So why do you discriminate other power, whether evil or good? I want you to understand that this particular freedom we are fighting, if we do not push Nigeria out of our land, we will never have peace. Nobody ever thought of why the devil, why the Satan, or whatever it's called, why was Satan pushed from the heaven to earth? For peace to be in heaven, for peace to reign. Because if devil or Satan is still in heaven, according to Bible, do you think you'll be struggling to go to heaven today for Christians? You will not. Nigeria said it's going to be a London to what the heaven will look like. If devil is Satan is still there. So I want people to think towards this particular. So it is the same thing with Nigeria. Any time and any day you wake up in Biafra land and see there is still a presence of Nigeria in Biafra territory, there will never be peace. So we must chase Nigeria away, just the way God chased Satan from heaven. Back to where they come from. Everything Nigeria will remove them. Educational system will be removed. Even the religious, the way they worship in Nigeria, oh my God, you need to see our constitution. So what I'm saying is starting from the constitution of the Biafra, the United States of Biafra. So we need to chase Nigeria just like they chase Satan from heaven to wherever they belong to, for peace to reign and return in our land. The foundation for the liberation and independence of Biafra has been laid by this government, and it is very, very strong. We build this particular foundation of the liberation on solid rock. Are you not seeing it? We are not shaking. I am standing very, very strong, making sure that I'm taking the bullet that they are firing at Biafra people, because their target is you. They believe that once they take Mazen Amdekan out of the way, they will come for all of you. That is exactly what is happening in other parts of Nigeria, because nobody is there to stand on the way for them. And they are annihilating people, killing them, sending them to IDP camp. I told them, you see this face, okay, deceive very well. To deceive you. The momentum of the Biafra liberation today have necessitated all the discussion you see. Everybody is talking. Release Mazen Amdekan. Why are they keeping him? Some of them claim that he was not fighting the way I'm fighting, but you kidnap him. Some of them are now addressing him as a gentleman. But you went and they kidnapped a gentleman. They say, oh, he's more reasonable. He's not, but you kidnapped him. What were you thinking? All of them contributed money. When Mazen Amdekan was speaking, it was their headache. They couldn't sleep every day. Oh, Mazen Amdekan, he's destroying Alibo. Oh, Mazen Amdekan, he's doing this, he's doing that. Today, Mazen Amdekan is no longer destroying Alibo. Mazen Amdekan is no longer causing problem. Mazen Amdekan is no longer is the good man. Is the only man now that is very reasonable. And I have not even started. Because you see what Agaku Nigeria Igwe. Agaku Nigeria Igwe. And you know the next level is by taking all their terrorist barracks, taking all the government houses. That is the next level we will go. Because it is part of the defense of our land. These places are places where the attack against our people are being planned. Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad, and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It's happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you. But if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price. And you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. I want us to know, Biafrans, that there are people that are being used to scuttle the independent state of Biafra. You all remember during Uwazulike's time, they come in different format. During Nnamdi Kanu's time, they came in different format. During Simon Ekpa's time, they are here now in a different format. Biafrans, use your tongue and count your teeth. The Southeast governors, South governors, we continue to use these individuals to make it look as if there is a parallel government. There is no parallel government. There's only one United States of Biafra.
Exactly.
This thing you see they are doing, that is what Tinubu and Bianca Ojukwu has paid them to do. When you support them, you are supporting the destruction of the mandate. And what is the mandate? I want to explain what the mandate is. Those of you that have listened to the voice recording that was sent, where the Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, have said that we, I know he called me, but it is all of us, we must protect the mandate. That voice recording is pinned on my Twitter space. Go and listen, my Twitter page. Go and listen to that. Protect the mandate. Keep it separate from all the crazy shit they do. Protect the restoration of the United States of Biafra. That is the message from our Prime Minister Obatobie Simon Ekpa.
Mandate.
Whatever they are doing, whether they are doing IPOB, whether they are doing Briggy, whether they are doing whatever, the Prime Minister have told us, protect the mandate. And what is the mandate? When I ask this individual the question, what is mandate? What is mandate? I ask, there are two questions. Is it the New Dimension mandate? Is it the United States of Biafra Declaration?
United States of Biafra
This individual told me both. Both. Go and listen to that voicemail. She said both. That was the message from our Prime Minister. Both. What does both mean? Both means the New Dimension Mandate and the United States of Biafra. The Prime Minister have told us to specifically protect that mandate. Nobody must go near. Nobody should tamper with that. And the reason why I have to bring that for Biafrans to know is that many Biafrans are being deceived, but get it clear from me. I don't care about any Biafra that thinks they are being deceived. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm still on the pipeline for now. Oh, there is 2 people. Oh, there is 2 government. I tell those Biafrans, go to your house, lock yourself up and sleep for the next 10 years. I don't care. Biafrans don't care. If you have been truly following the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you can never, ever be confused. You can never, ever say, oh, COS have to talk to me before I know where to go. No, that means you never really followed Obatobia. Never. You never really followed him. You were just there pretending as if you're following Obatobia. Then in this slightest moment of trial, you failed. You fell apart. Despite what you've worked for in the past. We are not going to waste our second. We're not going to waste our time trying to convince. Biafrans here, please do not waste your moment convincing anybody. Let us focus on building the money we need to defend Biafra land. And the Biafra Secretary of Defense, the Department of Defense are doing that every second. And they are not on air. You're not going to see them on Twitter. The men and women.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching me from. I thank you for being part of the program today, wherever you are watching from. If you are watching me on YouTube, or you are watching from Facebook, or you are watching on TikTok, whichever area you have chosen to watch us, I appreciate every one of you that has connected. Thank you so much for being part of the program. I say, may Chukwu Kabiam continue to guide and protect every one of you that have made it a point of duty to continue to join us. I have to welcome everybody one by one today. And I welcome my beloved sister, Linda TV Show. Thank you so much for being part of us. You are always here, one of my pillars on this platform. OC Inc. Thank you, my beloved brother, OC Inc. You are always here on daily basis. I appreciate you. Thank you for your immense support. Chidi, AKK. Thank you so much, Chidi. Thank you so much. You are one of us. It's a family. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Machi Bosch. Thank you, Machi Bossa. Thank you so much for being here all the time. May Chukwu Kabia Magadam protect you. Sto Beno. Exto Bena. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. You are welcome, Exto Bena. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of the program. I appreciate you. And I thank you for your support on this very channel. Gerard DK, thank you for joining. Gerard Dyke, or is it Dyke or DK? Thank you so much for joining, Gerard. I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of the program. Woke ZK, what a nice name. I like that name, Woke ZK. Thank you so much for being here, Woke ZK. I appreciate you. You are part of us. You are always here with us on this platform. Thank you for being here, Woke ZK. George Okafor, my brother George Okafor, thank you so much for being here, one of my family members here. I appreciate you for being here once again. Ijoma Igwe, thank you for joining us. Ijoma Igwe, I appreciate you so much. This is your family and you are here with us. I appreciate you so much. We love you. Thank you so much for being here. Anebu Achara, Achara Neto, another beautiful name. Thank you so much for joining us, Anebu Achara. I welcome you. I appreciate you for being part of the program. Everyone that has connected to this very platform, whether I mention your name or I didn't mention your name, you are highly welcome. And by the way, I'm mentioning those who are with me here on David Habak channel. I appreciate everyone. Uche Onyende, thank you so much for joining. Uche Onyende, I appreciate you, my beloved brother Uche. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for always supporting us here. May Chukwu Kabia Magad and protect you. So I'm mentioning people who are with me where I am hosting the program live. on YouTube. I know there are many people that are watching on Facebook. I can be mentioning one by one. There are people who are watching on TikTok. I appreciate everyone wherever you are watching from. And I thank you for being part of this program and making it a successful one every day. May Chukwu Okike Abia protect you. For those who are joining us for the very first time and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and under the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here for propaganda or saga. What we do here is to preach freedom. Freedom for everybody. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, your location, your ideology, your orientation, whatever be your own take. All we are asking for is freedom for all. And in this platform, we present the case of Biafra before the whole world. The situation in Biafra land, we tell our story. I am a Biafran, an Igbo Biafran at that. So I'm in the right position to tell the story of what is happening in Biafra land, and we tell it the way it is. There are many fabrications out there. There are many lies that have been told against us, the Biafran people. Many lies against our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Lies against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and lies against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. In this platform, we trash those lies, shred it to pieces, and throw it to the dustbin where they belong. We don't allow them to fly. We don't allow people to continue to tell our stories because Nigerian government have told our story for a very long time. So many lies have been believed by the people of the world. Many people do not know what is actually happening in that country called Nigeria. Not only to the Biafran, to every indigenous person in Nigeria. Nigeria has made its citizen endangered species. In as much as so many of them have decided to accept their fate and began to dwell in that atrocity, fraud, dehumanization, and human rights abuse, the Biafrans have said, no, we will not accept that. We won't accept it. That is why Biafrans are in all platforms, speaking out, telling the world their stories. And these stories we are telling today, it is not something that is hidden. It is something that many countries of the world have known. It is something that many people of the world knows. The international community, the Amnesty International, United Nations, they know about this story. But one reason or the other, they have decided not to act. They have decided not to act. That is why we come to the conclusion that there is a global conspiracy against the Biafran people, more especially. A global conspiracy because the atrocities against Biafrans have started since 1945 and became much pronounced in 1967. When the international community, some of them joined Nigeria to fight war against Biafrans, and it was a complete genocide against Biafran because they used starvation against Biafran children, and Biafran children, more than millions, more than 5 million Biafrans lost their life, mostly children. The record are there. You can Google it, you can make research about the Biafran war, and you will see for yourself what really transpired. But the greatest surprise in 21st century today, the people that committed that atrocity, those who played a role in that atrocity against the Biafrans are being celebrated across the world. The international communities recognize them and give them posts. In Nigeria, they are being celebrated, and monuments are built in their name. These are people that committed genocide against innocent people, mostly children. It is a very sad situation. We have waited for a very long time, written petitions, we have consulted many people and did everything we can do, protested, but nobody seemed to pay attention until we got it filled up. And now we have taken our fate in our own hand. That was why our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, led the movement to lay the foundation upon which we are building today. And when they saw that he was about to achieve his aim, they kidnapped him from Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria. As we speak, the Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is still in solitary confinement. After being kidnapped in Kenya, they tortured him for 8 days, extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria, which is against international law. abuse of his rights, with atrocities committed in the face of the whole world in 21st century, they kept silent. The United Nations even used the arbitrary committee to order Nigeria to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, gave them 6 months ultimatum. Today, it is almost 5 years plus, and they have not released Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They drag him through all their courts, and he won his case. Their own judge in their court said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried in Nigeria until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnapping from Kenya. In fact, one of the courts said that he should be paid compensation. But in all this, they have refused to obey their own law. They have refused to obey their own court, and they continue to drag Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from one court to the other, even though they know that he has no case in Nigeria. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, came on to hold the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and hold the banner to make sure that Biafra is restored. Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board and began to build on that foundation. He built and made it stronger than ever, won international recognition, and he went ahead to establish it and put a plan on the ground, made a structure on how Biafra will be restored. And he made it very clear to the whole world that Biafra will be fought for. Diplomatically, it will be fought for. Politically, it will be fought for. In armed struggle, and also through civil disobedience. Every of this form is ongoing in Biafra land, effectively well. Our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa went ahead to lead Biafrans into the conduction of self-referendum. In that self-referendum, the aim of that self-referendum was to make sure that the Biafran government got the mandate from the people to make the declaration of the restoration of the United States of Biafra. And that very self-referendum was very, very successful. More than 50 million people voted yes to leave Nigeria. More than 50 million. The plan was laid down, the map and structure was kept in place by the Prime Minister. But when he was about to implement the redeclaration of Biafra, just as they always do, they went through their global conspiracy and they took Mazi Simon Ekpa away. The Finnish authority switched, have a sudden switch, and they took our Prime Minister away. It's been 4 months counting, and they have refused to bring a charge against our Prime Minister. All they told us is that they are investigating. For good 4 months, our Prime Minister has been held incommunicado in Finland. They told us that they are investigating. It's been 4 months counting. Finland authority is still investigating. I have never seen such before. But since they say it is a law, all we are asking is justice. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has not committed any crime. All he was doing is to protect and defend the land of Biafra, to keep people safe, to save lives. That's what we're trying to do. From the moment Mazi Simon Ekpa was kidnapped up to today, go and check the record in Nigeria. More Biafrans have lost their life than ever. The terrorists have taken over so many places and they continue to run rampage up till this moment as we speak. The human rights abuse of the Biafrans have increased. Destruction of life and properties have increased because of the absence of our Prime Minister. And the whole world sit back and watch. What crime has he committed? All he was asking is to let his people go. All he was trying to do is to defend his own people. He went and came out and said it clearly that what we are carrying out today is self-defense. Self-defense is a right of every human being created on the planet Earth. Even animals defend themselves. Everything that have breath, including plants, they have a defense mechanism put in them by Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That is to show you how important self-defense is. Everything that is created on the planet Earth, including plants, they have a defense mechanism in them. International law accepts self-defense. African peoples and human rights law accepts self-defense. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria itself supports self-defense and promotes it. Of recently, you saw they promoted in Nigeria self-defense. We have seen their Minister of Defense speak about self-defense and encourage people to go and defend themselves. We have seen many people, the ex-generals, coming out to ask people to defend themselves. The latest one is the one we saw some weeks or months ago, where the chief of the DSS was advising people to defend themselves. in all these messages, when Biafrans come together to defend themselves, they tag us criminals or they call us terrorists. They look for one name or the other, even though we were exercising our rights of self-defense. In the other hand, they will come out and preach the self-defense to people that favors them, to the area they feel like. They go to the northern part of Nigeria, they preach self-defense. They go to the southwest, they preach self-defense. But when it comes to Biafra land, when we implement self-defense to defend ourselves and save our lives and properties, they tag us terrorists. They have been doing this again and again. Mazi Simon never came on board and interpreted self-defense in the life of every Biafran and taught us what it is. And we began to implement it. They couldn't handle it. They went through their international conspiracy and they took away our prime minister. And they thought it is all over, not knowing that they have just opened a new phase. In that new phase, the deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi took over. And she has been piloting that ship all this while. And she went ahead to pass a law, a bill was passed through the cabinet that everybody has the right to defend themselves. Everybody has the right to arm themselves and defend themselves. In fact, the first line of defense of every Biafra must be yourself. You put up the first line of defense the best way you can, with that, by all means necessary. At least you have to engage, continue to fight until the Biafran Liberation Army comes on board. She went further today to decentralize the United States of Biafra Army to make sure the entire Biafra land is covered. She continued to expand and build on that foundation that Mazi Simon, on the structure Mazi Simon never kept. Today, that structure is being expanded and made bigger and bigger. And she started this from the moment she took over from Mazi Simon by holding the banner, making sure that the declaration of the restoration of Biafra is done on the 29th of November 2024, against all odds. Against all odds. The zoo was all out to make sure that that declaration did not hold. They were using people inside and outside. They were sponsoring people inside and outside. And when they took our prime minister away, just like they did Mazen Danekano, they celebrated, not knowing that. They just thought the tail of the tiger. And today, you can see the differences the deputy prime minister is making. More especially on diplomatic level, doing what she has to do to see that the restoration of Biafra is done. And as we speak, the Nigeria occupying forces are under ultimatum. 6 months, 90 days ultimatum? Is it 60 days ultimatum to leave Biafra land? And we are counting. We are counting. As soon as that 60 days completes, it will be a different ball game. You don't know what is coming. You don't know what is coming. But if you are serving the Zoological Republic in Biafran territory, you better have a rethink. Prepare for what is coming. Prepare for what is coming. It is not going to be a child's play. We have passed through this road before, and we are passing through it again. And this time around, this is the final battle. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwuebuka, do not get distracted. This is not the time to get distracted. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, it is not the time to focus on irrelevant issues. Our focus and target is the rising sun. Focus on the rising sun. Don't mind the propaganda, the blackmail, the lies they are telling right, left, and center. Those are not what bothers us. We are focused on those that are holding us captive and those that are promoting and supporting the captivity of the Biafran people, more especially the British, the Fulani Janjaweed, the Caliphate itself. Asserting itself is our problem. Asserting is our problem. Whoever is supporting Asserting is in that Asserting is the major problem, and that is our focus. And I bet you it is either they leave Biafra land within the space of that 60 days that was given, or something else, which they can't be able to handle, is going to happen. Don't say you are not one. But as always, we know they never take us serious. Each time the Biafrans speak, they never take us serious. Right from the time of Mazen Nandekano, when he started, they called him a child. Today, every single prophecy he has made has come to life. And today, he's regarded as one of the one of the bravest person, one of the most intelligent, and one of the prophets they have in that contraption. But while he was passing his message, nobody took him serious. They laughed at him. Some called him a tribal bigot. Some called him a 419. Some called him a terrorist, a troublemaker. They gave him different kinds of names. But today, those people that called him names are celebrating him. The same way they came today, they are calling our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, names, calling him different kinds of names. In a very short while, you will pray. You will pray. Just pray that Mazi Simon joins us very soon. If he doesn't, pray that he joins us as soon as possible, just like yesterday. If he doesn't, what is going to happen? Every one of you will go on fasting to ask him to come. As always, we know the system of the Zoological Republic. What they do is to blame the victim. Every time, in every situation, in every occurrence, they always blame the victim. They blame the victim, and now they praise the oppressor. In every incident in Nigeria, they will always twist it and make the victim become the oppressor. But in the question of Biafra restoration, we do not care. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter their line of thought. We don't give a damn. Our concern is the rising sun. That is our focus. And no matter how long it takes, we are going to stand it until our land is completely secured from this Zoological Republic. My fellow Biafrans, remember, every time I come on this program, it is always an interactive section. And feel free to join me and make your contribution. Wherever you are and you want to be part of this program, you can join me and be part of the program. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on this program is for you to be a human being. You must not be a Biafran to join us. You must not agree with us to join us. Whatever be your ideology, you are welcome. Whatever be your orientation, you are welcome. As long as you're a human being and you have a legitimate question to ask, come in. You have a superior argument, bring it on. Nobody knows it all. We are open to learn. Every one of us, as we are watching, we are open to learn. So whatever superior argument you have there, bring it on. You have a question for us. There is something you are hearing about us that you're not too sure about, you want to confirm, please use that link on the comment section and come in to join me on this program. And it is for those who are with me on the platform where I'm hosting this program on YouTube. If you're watching me from Facebook or from TikTok, I can only respond to your question when I see it written in the comment section. But if you want to present your case yourself, all you need to do is to click the link and join me so that we can be able to iron it out in this very program. Thank you so much for you being part of this program, wherever you are joining us from. I appreciate everyone that have been able to connect. And today, we are going to talk about a very important topic, which we are going to dig out and elaborate on a very wide scale so that we can be able to digest it properly. The topic says, say no to Nigeria destructive diversity. Support USB to defend Biafra land. Now, we must continue. Say no to Nigerian destructive diversity. Support United States of Biafra to defend Biafra land. Now, we must continue. My fellow Biafrans, you must say no to the destructive diversity in Nigeria. When they come to brainwash you and tell you that diversity is your strength, the diversity in Nigeria can never and will never be your strength and has never been your strength. This is one of the deceits that the British has presented to Nigeria, and some of them, using those politicians, push it in, and some of you are buying into those lies. When you hear somebody open his dirty mouth in Nigeria and said that diversity is your strength, that is a deceiver. That is a British stooge. That is somebody who has been bought over, who has been brainwashed to believe that the evil against him is right. The diversity in Nigeria has never, ever been strength. will never, ever be your strength. In fact, diversity in Nigeria is the source of the problem in Nigeria today. That is why Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria is irredeemable because of the destructive diversity. It is that destructive diversity that made Nigeria irredeemable, and there is nothing anybody can do about that. It doesn't matter how you try. You can keep trying for all I care. There is no way you can mob together people that have diverse value together and you force them to operate in a place and become one. It is not possible. Nigerians are not one and will never, ever be one. The northern parts of Nigeria are different people. I have no problem with them being northerners. The southwesterners are different people. I have no problem with them being southwesterners. The people in the old southeastern region are different people. I have no problem with them being who they are. The Middle Beltans are different people, and I have no problem with them what they are. The only thing we are asking is that every region should be able to exist on their own, grow in their own space at their own speed. This idea of trying to slow a certain people down to allow others to meet up or catch up with them is something I do not subscribe to, and I will never, ever subscribe to. So when you see us, the Biafrans, asking for the disintegration of the zoo, it is not out of hatred. When we are asking for the disintegration of Nigeria, it is not out of hatred. It is to save life. To save life. The insecurity you are seeing in Nigeria today is as a result of the diversity. And there is nothing you can do because they will continue to pursue this deadly and destructive interest until everybody goes their separate ways. If Nigeria disintegrates today, the northern part of Nigeria will be better than it is. The northern Nigeria will be serious to handle the insecurity in the area. The terrorists that are being flooded Nigeria from northern part of Nigeria, they will only be able to control it if they are on their own. If they are on their own, they know their boundaries, they know how much land they have, they will know where they belong, and they will focus on defending their area. The same thing with the Southwest. The Southwest will build their borders, defend their borders, and protect themselves. In the Southeast, they will build their borders, protect themselves, and defend themselves. The same thing in the Central. That is all we're asking for. But the more you leave the door open, in an empty space without a control, even though the northern part of Nigeria, they say they have the largest portion of land. From the fake map they gave us, they claim they have the largest land mass. But yet, that land mass don't seem to be enough for them. It doesn't occupy them. They are still busy in looking for a place to occupy and conquer. From the map they gave us, from that map, we can see that the smallest area is the old southeastern region, Biafra land. They made it look so small. But even in that small area, they are still chasing after that small area to go and occupy it. That is why today, you hear somebody telling you that he's going to Port Harcourt to go and hunt. From the area you have, your portion of the land is almost 75% according to your own drawings. According to your own drawing, your area that you occupy is almost 75%, and yet in the 20%, that is where you're going to hunt. At the same time, with this movement, massive movement to the southern part of Nigeria, they still told us that the north is much populated than the south, that the north have the numbers to rig their vote and vote whoever becomes their president. You see, when you begin to look to this, their lies, this their criminality, this evil, you realize that the only thing that can destroy this very structure that is being put in place by the British, this very lie, is to disintegrate Nigeria. It is not an evil request. It is not a wicked request. It is, in fact, the only peaceful thing that can be done to save mankind in Nigeria. Anybody that is sincere, that cares about human life in Nigeria today, Hundreds and thousands of people are losing their life in Nigeria. On daily basis, people are dying in hundreds. And nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to care. The world are silent about it. The Nigerian government itself have stopped their media from revealing the level of atrocities of the terrorists in Nigeria. They don't talk about it. They don't discuss it. If you care about human life, you care about humanity, wherever you are, you should know there is a place in the world where people are dying in hundreds every blessed day. People are dying in hundreds, not because they committed any crime, not because they did anything wrong. Innocent children, mothers, are being taken out of murder on daily basis. And nobody seems to care. Whenever you see the West talking about Nigeria, they are talking about their economic importance. They are talking about the resources they want to take away. They are talking about how to take your resources, how to get gas, how to take your petroleum. But when you talk of security, they do not care. They do not care. They do not care. It is only this time that the United States are being pressured to look into the atrocities of Nigerian government clearly. Trump did it in his first term, and when Joe Biden came in, the criminal he sent to Secretary of State, the criminal he sent to Nigeria came and said it was a propaganda. That the loss of life of human beings, thousands of human beings that lost their life, was a propaganda. That is how bad it is. This time, the ball is rolling again. The discussion is on again. To place Nigeria where they belong. But in all of this, the British has a role to play. And they are the one that put this evil you are seeing in place. The only permanent solution, the only remedy and permanent solution to Nigeria is United States of Biafra. That is the only remedy. As soon as Biafra regain their independence, Oduduwa will go their separate ways. The Middle Belt will be on their own. The interest that is attracting these terrorists will die a natural death. And that will bring peace in the whole of Sahel region. Let me tell you, the West cannot give you peace in Sahel region. When you see them make their videos, when they gather in EU, and you see all those European countries come together, they want to talk about terrorism in Sahel, they cannot do it. The only people that can stop the terrorism in the Sahel region are people who fall within that region. No stranger will come from anywhere to give you peace. They have tried it in so many places, it didn't work. They have tried it so many places, it didn't work. They said they wanted to bring peace to Libya. Go and check how Libya is today. Go and check how is Libya. They thought about bringing peace in Afghanistan. Go and check how Afghanistan is. Afghanistan is worse than it was before they came. Go and check Iraq. They removed Saddam Hussein in the name of trying to put democracy and bring peace. Go and check how Iraq is. Iraq has become worse than it was when Saddam Hussein is. Check Libya. Libya can never attempt the heights Muammar Gaddafi took them when he was alive. It can never ever happen again. Never. Such can never happen. Only miracle can make it happen. Only miracle can make Libya get the standard they had when Muammar Gaddafi was alive. That is why I tell you, judging from every example where these Western people have gone to say they want to bring peace or do one thing or the other, they have never brought peace. Instead, they brought chaos. Instead, they made the situation worse. It is only the people in that region, by their own self, with their own method, will bring solution. That is why Biafra is the only remedy to the terrorism in the Sahel region. The terrorism in the Sahel region today, we know that the headquarter of it is Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria. And they are fighting so hard to get hold of the resources in Biafra land. They are fighting so hard to get hold of the resources in Biafra land. That is why we say we will not, under any circumstances, allow them to do so. That is why Mazen Nandekano have stood strong. Even in the face of death, he said it is either Biafra or that. That is why we are asking for self-determination. That is why we are asking that the zoo should be broken up. Nigeria should be broken up. From the very first instance, Nigeria was not meant to be. Was never meant to be. The people they call their founding father today confirmed it by themselves. They confirmed it. And they gave this advice that the separation should be done, or else, when it is going to happen by force, it is going to be so chaotic that everybody will pay heavily. The people you call your founding father, they made it very clear that the Nigeria should be disintegrated peacefully and people go their separate ways, or else, when it begins to happen by force, nobody can be able to stand what is going to happen. And that time bomb is about to explode. That time bomb is about to explode, and yet nobody is paying attention. That time bomb is about to explode. Nobody is paying attention. But I bet you, we the Biafrans, we are prepared. Very much prepared than ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible to protect ourselves and protect our region. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you sound. We will definitely protect ourselves. Wherever you are today as a Biafran, you must begin to align yourself with the government of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra government. Only one. There are not two. One United States of Biafra government, legitimate, and is only through that legitimate United States Biafra government that was declared on the 29th of November 2024. Before the whole world, everybody saw it. The clip is still there. Documents were signed. Documents were generated from there. That is the only remedy to everything you are seeing today. And if you take yourself away from that, prepare to face the consequence. Prepare to face the consequence. He that is playing the war drum should be able to embrace himself when the dancers come. When you play the drum of the spirit, you should be able to embrace yourself when the dancers come. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwuebuka, support the United States of Biafra today with all your might, with all your strength. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister Mazi Samoneba, and on the Supreme Command of Mazen Nandekano, today, under the leadership of Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. That is where you should belong. Put your money where your mouth is. Support financially, support prayerfully, in any way you can. It is your government. There is no organization in the world sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. There is no government sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. It is you and I that will sponsor our freedom, just like people have done in the past. The Jews sponsored their own freedom. They did it by themselves. Even though there were people among them that were fighting against their independence, yet they went ahead to fight for it and they got it. That is where we are today. That is where we are today. And we must embrace ourselves. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. It does not matter what you hear, what you see. Focus. Focus. Do not lose your focus. I want us to get this message from Mazi Nandekano before we continue.
Anybody, you know, one thing about Nigeria is that they tend to defend. The army we have in Biafra land are basically terrorists. They are there to aid and to support Fulani Janjaweed advancement to the Atlantic Ocean. And we are there to stop them. And we are stopping them and will continue to stop them. A few days ago, as I said, we embedded our men and women of the Northern Command of Eastern Security Network. When we said Northern Command, people were confused. Biafra land is a nation. We have Northern Biafra, we have Central, we have the South, which is the coastal region, we have the East, and we have the West. When I talk about the Northern Command, I'm talking about the northern part of Biafra land, which incidentally starts from Benue State. So we are right to be there. If you don't want us to be in Benue State, quietly go back to Abuja and appeal to them. Tell them to release Igbo people in Benue and carve them back into Ebonyi State, where they should belong, or Enugu State, as the case may be. Therefore, anybody, you know, one thing about Nigeria is that they tend to defend the aggressor. It is in the DNA in Nigeria to always support evil. That is why this very newspaper publication, I don't have a means of putting it here on Instagram where I am broadcasting live, where you can see my face and my facial expression, but it will be on my Facebook page. If you go there, you will see it. This publication was made on January 23 of 2021, this very year. It is a front page news by Vanguard. I want you to understand how an average Nigerian thinks, how they reason, why I think that Nigeria itself is a curse upon humanity. There on the front page, you will see, we will kill all policemen and take over Edo State. Fulani Janjaweed, those they claim are foreigners. These people they told us are foreigners. They come from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from heaven knows where, from Niger, from Chad, from Northern Cameroons. But they are in Nigeria, killing people. After killing us, they will not turn around and tell us to absorb them into our communities. That is why anybody, any Igwe, any PG, any greedy, avaricious fool, stupid enough to give any of our land to Fulani Janjaweed, you are finished. There was a man in Enugu that tried the same nonsense. Go and ask him where he is today. We take no prisoners. You see, the land of Biafra must be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. I understand that the Sadikin Fulani of...
You heard Mazen Nandekano clear. His message is very, very clear and sound. You heard him speak about the threats that was made by the Fulani Janjaweed to this present Edo State. So when you are hearing some of the things that are happening in Edo State today, you hear the threat that it didn't start today. They have made this threat before, which Mazen Nandekano spoke about. Let me roll it back again. Let's hear that threat again when they made it. So that you know that these people, when they make their plan, they don't stop. They don't stop. The drama you are seeing today, the outburst you are seeing today, the things you are seeing today, these are things that they really planned down. But nobody seems to be paying attention. Our Supreme Leader has spoken about it for a very long time, but nobody paid attention. Let's hear it again.
To always support evil. That is why this very newspaper publication, I don't have a means of putting it here on Instagram where in Nigeria, to always support evil. That is why this about Nigeria is that they tend to defend the aggressor. It is in the DNA in Nigeria to always support evil. Exactly. That is why this very newspaper publication, I don't have a means of putting it here on Instagram where I am broadcasting live, where you can see my face and my facial expression, but it will be on my Facebook page. If you go there, you will see it. This publication was made on January 23 of 2021, this very year. It is a front page news by Vanguard. I want you to understand how an average Nigerian thinks, how they reason, why I think that Nigeria itself is a curse upon humanity. There on the front page, you will see, we will kill all policemen and take over Edo State. Fulani Janjaweed, those they claim are foreigners. These people they told us are foreigners. They come from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from heaven knows where, from Niger, from Chad, from Northern Cameroons. But they are in Nigeria, killing people. Made on January 23 of 2021, this very year. It is a front page news by Vanguard. I want you to understand how an average Nigerian thinks, how they reason, why I think that Nigeria itself is a curse upon humanity. There on the front page, you will see, we will kill all policemen and take over Edo State. Fulani Janjaweed. Those they claim are foreigners. These people they told us are foreigners. They come from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from heaven knows where, from Niger, from Chad, from Northern Cameroons. But they are in Nigeria, killing people. After killing us, they will not turn around and tell us to absorb them into our communities. That is why anybody, any Igwe, any PG, any greedy, avaricious fool, stupid enough to give any of our land to Fulani Janjaweed, you are finished. There was a man in Enugu that tried the same nonsense. Go and ask him where he is today. We take no prisoners. You see, the land of Biafra must be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. I understand that the Sarikin Fulani of...
You have heard the message from our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekan. This message was given 2021, but today, these people have been emboldened more, up to the extent that after they have committed every crime they commit in Nigeria, taking innocent life, they have the boldness today to come out and protest. They have the boldness to come and threaten people. They have the boldness. Even in that same Edo State today, you see them protesting. They have the boldness to challenge everybody wherever they are. Terrorists, people who are strangers. Some of you forget so easily that when this issue started, they told us that these people came from Mali. They came from Mauritania. And actually, we saw when the late Muhammad Buhari invited them and told them to come in from anywhere they are. They said Nigeria is their home. From that moment onwards till today, you see how they have emboldened, taking over land. That is why today you see people in IDP camp that have been there for 20 years. You see people in IDP camp. Somebody become a refugee in his own country. People become a refugee in their own country. And the government doesn't see anything about it. It doesn't look, it looks normal. Now they see it as a normal thing. What they do is that, like last time when they said they want to relocate them to Imo State. Somebody in your own country, you have your own land, you have your own space. You were taken away from your own land by terrorists. And all the government could do, after many years, they want to relocate you to another place. They are not even talking about bringing back your home to you. Millions of people that are in IDP camp today in the northern part of Nigeria have a home. They had a home. These are the indigenous people. They have their home. They have their own land. They have their own space. They have their own farms where they farm. But the terrorists came in, took over their land, took it and renamed the land. And they are there today taxing people and doing all sorts of things. The government is not paying attention. There is no declaration of state of emergency anywhere. Nothing. Their focus is on that golden fowl that laid the golden egg. They want to take it over and hand it over the terrorists by fire, by force. And unfortunately for them, Biafra is there. And there is nothing they can do. The evil in the Zoological Republic is so much that sometimes you don't know where to start. You don't know what to say and what not to say. Their evil is so much that sometimes you wouldn't know the area you are going to start from and where you're going to end. It is so sad. And for those of us who do not understand the intensity of the problem presently in Nigeria, what is happening today, why you must not talk about being part of that zoo, I want us to listen to this very news from their own conventional media. Let us hear this news and their conversation briefly before we now proceed.
serious analysis to this situation. As the situation unfolds, we get to hear more about what transpired. A couple of the residents, specifically those who reside very close to where the mob attack took place, said that they have been following up on incidents of these Fulani terrorists attacking communities and raping their women. So they had to pay for local vigilantes, although according to the governor, you remember that these local vigilantes are not registered officially with the state government, and that's because those that are registered, maybe they're not enough, and the people had to take matters into their hands by seeking for how to protect themselves, right? So they paid for local vigilantes, which is even what we even do. We have neighborhood watch, we have the CDS, we make contributions, we employ security in some of our estates, and that's what the community members did. So they said they got a tip-off about these individuals coming into that access, and that when they were stopped initially, the driver refused to come down, and that when they insisted, they brought out a knife to start attacking, and that was where an alarm was raised. When they checked their vehicle, they saw them with arms, and they saw some food items and 2 bags of cash. Now, if you're hunters, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with guns? Okay, according to one of the survivors of the gruesome attack, he said they showed them documents proving that their guns were licensed. What about the money? Where did you get the money from? Are you not supposed to put your money in a bank? Why are you going about with money? And then a couple of questions are being asked that if you're coming all the way from Rivers, all the way to Kano, why passing? How does that connect with that route? These were quite a number of questions, and the community members have become so frustrated and overwhelmed. They had related several instances where similar incidents took place in their community, where these headers take people for ransom, they bring the money, and they still kill the victim. When they see them in the marketplace and raise alarm, they take them to the police station, and the following day, these individuals are free. And these terrorists are brazenly settling in the community. It's really bad and it's really terrible. That's one of the developments that is actually taking place in there. Meanwhile, because of what transpired, a protest erupted in Benue State over constant herdsmen killings. If you recall yesterday, I told you that Benue State is going through what you call an existential crisis. It's like there is a deliberate attempt to wipe out the original settlers of that particular horizon for certain elements to take over. And you used to call Benue the food basket of the nation. Right now, if you see pictures of farmlands, they're not farmlands for farming crops. They're farmlands where people have been buried in multitudes. Now, these persons have been complaining about these kidnappings and attacks. But it seems like the federal government is quiet about it. The state government seems to be overwhelmed or underwhelmed and not knowing what to do. We were expecting that the National Assembly would have taken it as a matter of urgent public importance to discuss on it, but nothing has actually transpired in that regard. So the demonstrators were chanting, "We no go gree." They blocked major roads, demanding urgent action from the government and security agencies to address the growing insecurity. In fact, one of the protesters, who identified himself as Daniel Oche, lamented the frequent attacks, describing them as a constant recurrence. It's what they go through on a daily basis. They come into their homes and take them away. He said that the community has been under siege for the past 4 days, with several persons killed, many others abducted. In fact, one of the residents who escaped with his family confirmed that villagers were forced to flee late on Monday night when it became apparent that no help was coming. Meanwhile, we could hear chants and cries from all over the country about the 16 persons who unfortunately were killed by a mob action in Uromi, Edo State. This is the imbalance we're talking about. I recall that we discussed it yesterday, but the imbalance has become so glaring that everyone is questioning what is going on in this country, and why are we not seeing that take prominence? Why are we just seeing some political schemisms taking place, right? Meanwhile, due to what transpired, right, in Edo State, well, the minority caucus of the House of Representatives, they are calling for adequate compensation for those who died in the mob attack on travelers at Uromi, Edo State. The caucus asked the president to order a thorough investigation into the incident and ensure that those found culpable are brought to justice. Now, you know that Monday Okpebulu has actually gone to visit the family of the 14 victims who were killed in that attack, and they provided them some financial support and assistance. Even the Kano state government as well has provided some financial support and assistance. Well, it's beyond that now. The minority caucus in the House of Representatives are saying that money should be given. So politics has entered into it. Money, it has become a monetized movement. Again, People have been dying across the nation. Benue, Southeast, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo State, Anambra. They have been dying in droves in their numbers. Nobody is paying compensation. They've been calling out these herdsmen. Nobody has been prosecuted. Nobody has been caught. Sometimes when they are caught, they are released. And people are now deciding to take it upon themselves to protect themselves, because as it stands, it feels like there is a deliberate attempt for a certain quarter of the federal government to remain quiet while persons are killed indiscriminately like they are pawns in a chessboard by political bureaucrats. We'll be looking into that in the course of the program. And obviously, today, Senator Natasha went to visit her constituency and missed a rousing welcome.
We have gotten the aspects that we want to hear from. Before I play the rest of this thing, you have heard it. That is the situation. The imbalance is glaring to the whole world, but people are helpless. Even the one Nigerians, some of them who are there, they know this imbalance, but they have decided to accept it as normal. That is why one of my programs told you that in Nigeria, things that are abnormal are being accepted as normal because people are helpless. Things that are abnormal, that ears will hear and it will tingle. In Nigeria, they hear it and they walk away. You see people, sometimes you see the terrorists we attack, they say only 10 people. They call it only. These are 10 lives. They call it only. They say only one people, only two. Human being, they call it only. And people see it as normal. Today, attack of the terrorists and the Fulanese operation has become acceptable to the Zoological Republic people. Everyone, they accept them. Look at how they are shopping for money now, demanding and asking for compensation. These are people that have destroyed life in Benue State, in southern Kaduna, destroyed life in southeast, many places in the southwest. There has never been any compensation whatsoever. We never hear the Sultan of Sokoto even say sorry to anybody. They unapologetically, they move away and go as if nothing. But now, just an incident that they created by themselves, which we have not even proven that if those people are innocent or not. From all description of their movement and how they done what they say, it is just cock and bull stories. And yet, they are using it politically to intimidate other people. And the idiots that call themselves members of the House of Assembly are now discussing absolutely nonsense. Governors are running to them to go and give compensation, financial compensation. And these are governors who have lost people, thousands of people in their states in the hands of these men. And they did nothing. Now you understand why the destructive diversity in Nigeria is something that everybody must pay attention to. And that is why we want to get out by fire, by force. If you are, even if you're not a Biafran, and you are still thinking that this is about Biafra, you are an idiot. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion. If you don't see this destructive diversity, you are an idiot, and you are just waiting for your own time until it happens to you. Just a question of time. Injustice against one is injustice against all. Today is happening in Edo State, it's happening in this place. You are waiting until it happens to you before you now realize there is something happening. Wait for it. It will definitely get to you. Yeah, welcome, my beloved sister Ojugo. Go ahead and speak to us before we continue on this very program. Go ahead, my beloved sister Ojugo.
Good morning, my brother Church, and all Biafran listening. I pray that everybody will get up this morning healthy and healthy to carry out our daily activities. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sometimes when you listen to this and see things happening, you kind of feel depressed. You feel like, how manage we got to this point? Like you said, the citizen of that country, I don't know if they are feeling the heat. Really, that this thing is coming to them. Because you think that family without anybody that they would have you'll be hearing the attack of the Fulanis there, hearing it over here, hearing it over here, so that they can go back where they come from. With the way things are going, that's what you think you'll be hearing. Because if there is real good attack every corner, that let them bring down those security they think they have. They will go with them. The governors will, oh my goodness me, the governors, the senators will have people, they need to set their offices burning. They need to set them out. They need to go back. Don't be surprised. There is more than this that we're saying.
Absolutely.
Don't be surprised that during Buhari time, that a paper has been signed. I know there was an order, that you do not kill them, as order to the media not to broadcast about it. But I'm thinking that is more than that. That makes once they're arrested, it's just a call, the order comes from above to release them. The order is not from anybody, governor or anybody. No, it's from the federal government.
Exactly.
From the high authority. So I'm pretty sure 100% that a document has been signed by these senators and House of Representatives about this people. Because remember, one of their members is a Terufai Ohu that came out to say, they are our armies. So Buhari opened the boundary for them to come in. For that, I think on his own regime, he wanted to conquer the whole Nigeria. I said, well, even though they're only trying to do the physical aspect of it, because Nigeria now is recognized internationally by Britain, help, as a Muslim country, Nigeria. So what they're doing now is to use these mafias that are not from that country to conquer completely, at least to make it that 90% of people there are Muslim. Physically burn down all the Christian churches there. Because that one who takes them a twinkle of an eye, they put fire on all of them. You can imagine such crowd from River State going back to where they come from after operating, going back with the guns, only them that are licensed gun to use. What kind of country? Anybody saying maybe federal or no federal? It's so clear. It's so clear for to know that the federal government is 100% solidly behind them and all their massacres. The federal government of Nigeria, starting from Buhari, handed over to Tinubu. Trust me, that's why the Tinubu is still there. That is why Tinubu is still there, because Tinubu is working according to what they handed him over. Because Tinubu is not, he called himself a Yoruba. Then Muslim is not that strong Muslim. But for him to allow these mafias that came from Sahel to be doing this without talking, without action, with nothing. They killed people the other time. In the church, they massacred them. There was no press briefing. Nothing like that.
None.
Nothing like that.
No apology whatsoever.
No apology, nothing, no compensation. We didn't hear any of them. Even the governor even come out trying to even to cover up.
To cover up, exactly, that's what they do.
Yeah. So you can imagine that something unimaginable is about to happen. Something unimaginable is about to happen. Any truck coming from there need to be stopped from a door to supervise them, because they're everywhere now. When they will spark, trust me, these people have set up time and date. When that time comes, okay, it's gonna be bloody, because they're ready. Their own that they don't feel about it. It's either you agree or the chop off your head. Their own, they don't waste time. Because every little conversation, they will stop you like right away. They don't know what is life. They have no life in them. Because if they have life in them, they will not prefer to live in the bush. Is any human being living in the bush? It's only animals that live in the bush. So how do you think that somebody that is not a human being will value a human being life? They worship cow. The life of a cow is more important than the life of a human being. And our people supporting them. Because I remember the previous governor of Anambra State. Say if you kill a cow, is it 500,000? If you kill a human being, it's a 500,000. Something like that.
Yes. Obiana.
Yes. So you can see from how this thing has been coming down to this point where we are. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know, because the trooping there in lorries in the name of that bringing goods, in the name of that bringing nama, and inside their nama they stock guns. They stock guns and they pass it down, and they're ready to shoot you at a glance of eyes. If I'm not scared, I will be lying. This news depresses me, because I don't know how our people are doing. Look at Edo now. I hope they stand the one. Look at their governor arresting people. How many of them? Okay, those that they kill, those that they kidnap, where are they? Have they been arrested? I arrested people that defended themselves. How do we? So that's what I'm telling you. Because what is happening in Biafra land is now happening at Edo. You see that? It's happening in the West, under them, those areas, Yoruba land. So there is something that these politicians have signed that they're not revealing to us. Exactly. In their offices, in their cabinet. There is something more than that they have passed, but just within them, that is controlling every politician everywhere. Every politician. Because those in the West, you don't even hear their voice. But they're in their bushes. So, I don't know. And the only solution, because we don't know, this thing is hidden from us. It's hidden from us. And there's something Britain has done, whatever they can do for these Fulanese, because they politically handed Nigeria over to them. So they will always remind every other citizen that political aspect of this country was handed over to them. So British have done everything they can do for them. It's for them to mobilize themselves and conquer it. And that's what they're doing. And that's what they're doing. So I don't know how our people will stand up for this and defend themselves. I keep calling in Ihuamufu people, go back to your land, mobilize yourself, deal with them. Start, and the Biafrans will come to your assistance. If you start running, you will continue to run. Do it once and for all. They will learn their lesson. Wherever this attack, wherever it's coming from, start, defend yourself. Don't even allow them in your bush in the first place. Once you see them, pursue them. There is people I saw sometime, it's a last year or so, from in Anambra State. They were pursuing them as they were carrying their cattle going. They were pursuing them somewhere in Anambra. I don't know if it's Aguleri side or something like that. That's what the community should do. Once you see them, a sight of them in the bush, even if it's one person, call the whole community, pursue that person out, pursue them out. Because if one come, nothing happen, it will call the others. But if you see a sight of one, call the whole community, pursue them out. They will know that they are not welcome here. You see River State, and that's why they are fighting the person that is there, because Mwike is ready to work with them.
Yes.
My sister that live in Port Harcourt said, last Christmas, after midnight mass, as they were leaving, that they were scared. The way they were awake, their children running around in canteen, moving, they become so scared. They were like, what? This number of people are here? Because there are mosques. I lived in Port Harcourt. There are mosques are almost everywhere in Port Harcourt. Big mosque. Big one. So, my brother chose, I don't know if I tell you I'm not depressed. I am. The situation is getting very bad. And I'm happy that this other news, I don't know if they're foreign or where, are carrying it, because Channel TV, all those, they are not. They're shallow. Instead of them to call it, even the man, I think from that area, says, there's something they call it. He didn't even call Fulani. No. He said, I don't know if he said bandit or something.
That is the worst thing. They don't identify it as what it is. They always paint it different. Those ones that want political appointment.
Because before you will come for that interview, they will tell you. Otherwise,
they
will
shut. They always address them as hunters.
Hunters. Otherwise, they will shut your program down.
Exactly.
Or they will find
all their channels, all the platform with conventional media, call them hunters.
You see? So they are being cautious, they are being monitored, if Nigeria sees how, well, you saw how a man came out to say, to show the whole media and all this YouTube, everybody, to make sure that it's being paid or monitored. A man in the Senate stood up to pass that bill, but it didn't go through. So if they see how they will shut the media down, they will do that, so that the world don't know what is going on over there.
Exactly, they're already doing it.
Because this one they will say is YouTube, social media, but there are main channels where the world will look and listen and see what is going on. They shut them down.
Yeah, all the conventional media, they are using the same language.
They shut them down.
The same language.
And even BBC. Where is that BBC Igbo them? Where are they?
The worst of all. That's what you're mentioning now. BBC Igbo, the worst of all.
Even the BBC, the other BBC now, they normally carry international news and all those things that are happening. Where are all of them? It's just so sad that what is happening in Nigeria, you don't hear it in any international news. You don't. You don't hear that. But anything that happened somewhere else in all these people with the white skin, or even some African country, even the riot that happened the other time, where they had one of this country that protested the other time that scattered the whole embassy and told them to get out, that they are not fighting for this and they are only fighting for their life. I heard it internationally. Why is it that of Nigeria is not being heard? You'll be questioning yourself. What is this man that want to interview Dr. NgoziOrabueze? What are they doing? I hope these are going on in their own media too, in their own channel. I hope so.
They are playing along.
Huh?
They are playing along. Is it Dr. Damages?
Yes, that man.
All of them are playing along with Nigeria. These are people that want appointment from Nigeria.
You see? Yeah, even that the one that is fighting Simon Ekpa, the ugly idiot. What is that his name?
Is it Chede?
Chede. That Chede, because he entered into Nigerian politician, so he's still paving his way
for governorship.
Yes, and that's why they cannot say anything bad, because they're looking for an opportunity to go grab their own money. Yeah. That's what they're looking for. That's why they cannot say anything about them. But one day, if Chidi Mama still there, it's gonna be her turn. If her papa still there, if her siblings still there, it's gonna be their turn.
Of course.
One day. And then it will touch him.
Nigeria will happen to everybody. That one is
it will touch him and the damaged one. Nigeria will damage him and damage his family one day. And then they will make use of that their stupid channel. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you. Let's hear more of that very news there's another interesting part where a woman was talking. Let's just listen to it a little bit while we proceed.
This evening, let's start off with the situation in Uromi. That is not the only place that things are going on. In Enugu, just yesterday, in the communities, several communities have been displaced. Almost about 200 communities across the southeast have been displaced. These Fulani terrorists and marauders have taken over people's farmlands. They've displaced a lot of settlers. Young men have been killed. If you go to the southeast right now, you see mostly women and children because the men are no longer there. Either they've been killed off or some of them have migrated. The young boys are no longer even in that particular axis. So in that region, they are fighting the security being conscripted around there, which is the Nigerian military, right? They're also fighting Fulani terrorists. It feels like the state governors do not know what to do. Now, in Benue State, there was also a protest in regards to the displacement of their communities and the consistent recurrence of herdsmen attacks in their community. We are not hearing social media influencers, specifically from a certain geographical location, calling on these Fulani terrorists to stop their acts. We've not heard anyone handing down the gavel, giving a warning like they were outraged last week for the 16 persons that were killed. So are we saying that there is a silent support of these terrorists killing people and taking over farmlands? Because according to what Obadiah Melaifa said, he said it feels like what is going on is like a jihadist agenda. That's what he said before he died.
It is.
Now, Esther, I've said it before. There seems to be a civil war going on in Nigeria where some were armed and some were not. This civil war is being carried out in guerrilla style. It's like they felt they've conquered Southeast and they're moving to South. All right. You know, the Nigerian state has always perceived South and Southeast as Igbo. But now they prefer to do it by divide and rule.
All right.
Don't let them come together and fight or speak with one voice. Just deal with these people, move on to these people, and deal with these people. Now, how can in a country where a certain tribe is terrorizing a whole nation, nobody says anything about it. They don't kill and run away. They kill and stay. You understand? There's an outcry, and security operative does nothing about it. The federal government says nothing about it. And then when it's the other way around, there's an outcry and threats. The most annoying part of it is the threats from this part of the country. Now, in Enugu State, like yesterday, almost about 4 villages have been sacked. It's all over the news. You won't see our president say anything. You won't see the Senate president say anything. You won't see the IG of police say anything. You won't see the military say anything. But once it is the other way around, they are all over the place. Now, the question now is, have we now legalized weapons in this country?
Legalized weapons for certain persons?
Yeah, exactly. No, for certain persons. I can imagine getting 26 Easterners traveling in a truck with weapons, and they are leased this way. The outcry will be the other way around.
They will
We've got them. They are IPOP. They are the ones doing this. You will see them IPOP. You will see the outcry. It will be as if those that were killed were not humans. Now, I condemn in totality the jungle justice. I condemn in totality.
Okay.
Even if they were kidnappers, true, even if they were armed robbers, since they have bought, you know, the anger and rage. I mean, in the village, remember, these villagers have been losing human beings like these 16 people that were killed.
Yes.
So the anger of losing your loved ones to this particular set of people, and they have been crying. Now, when they accuse them, they don't deny it
at all.
People know they are them. The federal government don't do anything. They don't deploy security operatives to protect these people. Now, they manage to catch these people. And they caught them with weapons. I mean, it is weapon they used to attack them.
They said they presented evidence to documents for that weapon.
I read what the driver of that truck is a Dangote truck.
Yes, a Dangote truck.
Why would a Dangote driver convert Dangote truck to something he will use to convey travelers? I mean, we have transport vehicles.
So they are hunters. Are they maybe they are hunting for Dangote.
Since when did hunters start traveling en masse on the road? In Nigeria of today, with this security situation in Nigeria, and you are traveling with guns on the road, and you are telling us you want to go and hunt. Do you hunt on the road? You are traveling to Kano. Why must you move with your gun? Esther, I can assure you, those guys were Fulani herdsmen or Boko Haram. You know, there has been influx of this military in Nigeria. Let's not call them Fulani herdsmen, because when you call them Fulani herdsmen, you are glorifying them. They are militia. They are Boko Haram that we are moved tonight. Now they've left the north. They've moved to the east. They are in the bush, attacking and sacking villagers. Now, yes, we can condemn the mob attack. We can condemn the jungle justice, but the outrage is as if you are now encouraging those of them in the bush to continue to kill.
With the way the government responded.
The police should query the carrying of weapons, because what made them attack these people were the carrying of arms.
Do you know the governor?
And then the pride, because they said when they were asking them questions, I'm sure if they had comported themselves, they brought out knife.
Yes, they brought out the knife first.
I am sure the federal government would have loved it more if these people had opened fire on the vigilantes and killed all the vigilantes. I'm sure it wouldn't even make much of any sense, because they've been killing.
And it's like people are used to it.
South, people are used to it. People are so helpless. Let me tell you, Esther, I keep saying it. There is an agenda in this country we don't know. Those that established APC, they came with an agenda, either to Islamize Nigeria You understand? Hiding under Fulani herdsmen ethnic. Remember, our president is a Muslim.
But I don't think. But he's a liberal. He's a liberal person. His wife is not a Muslim.
Most of these attacks is on Christians. Check the states.
Not in all instances. In the north as well, there are some communities where they are Muslims, where these headsmen and these Fulani terrorists kill them off.
Esther, we need to confirm that. We need to verify that. You never can tell.
We've seen them go to the mosque and slaughter people. We've heard of those reports.
Probably those that were against them. But I can assure you, the attack is more predominantly in Christian-dominated areas.
Yes.
Benue, for instance, since 2015 till today, Benue have had no peace. Now the question is it difficult for the federal government to provide security for Benue people?
I don't know.
And now when these people rise to organize themselves, you are using one excuse to put fear. Because of course, with what is happening now, I was thinking that they should tactically handle it.
Exactly.
Get people arrested, investigate, question why these people should move with arms. Are you sure this man will not go and drop them somewhere and they will go and attack? No, when the outrage put fear in people to even comment with what is in their mind. Okay, now the military and the police is now going to sack a whole village because of 16 people. Now, these attacks have been in the north. Deborah, for instance, the Christian girl that was murdered. Now, there were security tips that this girl is going to be killed. This girl was murdered in broad daylight. People videoed it and showed it live. It took over 3 hours for them to finish the lynching. Where were these security operatives? It happened live. On Facebook,
yes, they were doing videos. They were streaming it brazenly.
And we saw faces of people that did this. Till today, I'm not sure anybody has been arrested or prosecuted. That's number one.
In fact, one of the president's aide at the time, Bashir Ahmed, said he supported it. Yes, he supported it.
They defended it because the school management was alerted. Some Christians tried to move even before the young woman. Remember? The problem started on social media.
Yes.
It was a conversation on social media. Yeah. And then
on WhatsApp.
Yes, it started building up. The conversation left the WhatsApp to school, to the classroom. Now, they reported to the school authorities. The school actually supported the lynching of this young woman. Now, the police did not investigate the school authorities, their involvement in the lynching. And the village where this young woman was lynched was not attacked. There were no arrests. They did not move in to arrest everybody in the village, all right, for them to bring justice. Now, in Oromi, rather than them coming down, I mean, the vigilante, they know the vigilante.
Yes, they knew.
There were members of this vigilante.
Yes.
Why not go for the members of this? Why attacking the whole village? Why putting fear in the whole village? Why sacking the whole village? Now, is our president trying to tell us something? That some people are untouchable, are actually armed to attack. So, that's why I said the APC government should tell us what they want with Nigerian government, with Nigerian state. You cannot arm some people. Even our former president, when people were actually worried about the Fulani herdsmen carrying AK-47, he came out to defend that cattle rustling. There has never been any incident of cattle rustling in the southeast. There has never been any incident of cattle rustling in the south.
Never.
And I'm not sure there has been any incident of cattle rustling in the southwest. So why carrying gun when nobody is attacking you? Why carrying gun? So there's an agenda to wipe out some people and take over. I think the federal government wants to settle the Fulanis.
Settle them what?
Yes.
How?
They want to, yes. How? Are you asking me? Now that the Fulanis are sacking people and taking over their villages, and the federal government and security operatives are not doing anything about it.
Lolo, the north central the southeast, the south, all these regions are being affected by these terrorists. I would have expected the National Assembly, just like how they were quick to declare a state of emergency in River State, to quickly suspend Natasha Akpoti, create an opportunity for an investigation to be closed, swiftly ensure that her recall process began, that the National Assembly would have actually called for a state of emergency on insecurity. I would have expected that the senators and House of Rep members from the constituencies that these Fulani terrorists are part of come out to publicly condemn the act of this thing. Nobody's talking about it.
Now.
It is, if we continue to listen, it's huge. The confusion and the problem. You see, that is why we are different. We are asking for self-determination. We know the solution. The solution is disintegration of Nigeria. Let everybody go their separate ways. They not go to your area, practice anything you want to practice. Anything. Nobody is going to bother. I don't have, even if you practice your Sharia law, I don't have any problem with it. I can still visit with your visa. I will be there and obeying all your laws. I can still do business there, obeying all your laws. The Southwest be on their own. The Biafra land be on their own. Everybody to your tent, O Israel. The remedy to all this noise making is Biafra. Today under the United States of Biafra. And the funniest is that these people that are here lamenting and making noise, they have failed to identify this remedy. Cry for 1 million years, it will continue to happen. Shout for 1 million years. This thing you are talking about will continue unabated. Put Peter Obi there. Peter Obi will come there and sponsor financially, sponsor the Fulanis against you. Put Peter Obi there. He will be one of the worst to sponsor Fulani hegemony.
Mr. Chicks, quick.
Go ahead, my
friend. Like you said, Peter Obi. Now, the worst thing that will ever happen in Nigeria is to put Peter Obi there. That one is the worst. And the main thing is that he's not even gonna. If he's remaining, that's a waste of time in your dream, because it's never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's never. Look at, like the woman is saying, the same thing I'm saying. There is something they are not telling the citizens of Nigeria.
Exactly, the same thing you just said.
There is something in writing, and they've all signed that is going on that they are not telling Nigerians until that thing come out. They all this petition. They know it. They know that there is something. And every Nigerian now is thinking that way, that there is something that the politicians are hiding from their citizens that they have signed and put into law. Because look at that, the death of Deborah. Atiku, that's why I'm telling you that order comes from above, not ordinary governor. Atiku, as a vice president, as a president contestant, did not condemn it. A little girl just said something, said something, and it was butchered.
Broad daylight.
Filming it, videoing it. The world kept quiet. The president that time kept quiet. So what do you think that is going to happen now that they're going to talk? The killing is it Christmas or New Year at Enugu State? Who talked about it? Who? So what do you think that they're going to talk about? Nobody. There is no killing of these people, these Fulani people killing that Nigeria will talk about or compensate anybody. So defend yourself. The DSS man has come and said, defend yourself. They know what they're saying. They know what is going on. Them that are in authority know what is going on. So for them to come out to give you that secret, that agenda to conquer Nigeria physically, that's what Nigeria knows is a Muslim country, but they now want to conquer it physically to make sure that wherever there is nothing like Christianity in that country. That is their pure agenda, and that's what they're working on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister. My brother Greg, go ahead, Greg. Let's hear from you. Take the mic.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi Chus and my sister in the studio. I greet everyone. Happy New Day again, as we are still in the new month. We continue thanking God for the weather and His mercy for us. We thank God for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We always remember him in prayer every day for God's strength, and Mazi Simon Ekpa, the PM, that God will be their strength. And we pray for protection of Dr. NgoziOrabueze and all the cabinets and all the media and all the good Biafrans, even the bad Biafrans, as long as they are Biafrans, may God keep them and sustain them until one day everybody will face the reality. Yes, Mazi Chus. You know, the point every time is when you pick up every time mic, you will not know where to start. Because injustice is every day and every day. And let me start with the last statement from this broadcaster who said the DSS man come out and declare that people should defend themselves. Yes, he came out and said that people should defend themselves. But when people defend themselves again, this DSS and the same Nigerian court will go against those people that defend themselves. So it's always Nigeria say one thing and they do another. That is my problem with the country. Another one is this. She was saying that there is agreement that was reached. Maybe a chapter Hanoge. This agreement were there before the independence. Before Britain handed over Nigeria, there were two serious agreements. Number one agreement is Britain first. Second agreement is Fulani first. That is why their so-called, what is his name again, should come out and tell you, yes, of course, it's Fulani's first. It's Northerner first. But when he said that Northerner, majority of them at that time, they were confusing the so Hausas, the say other tribes that are in the north, and some middle belts, that they were thinking that it were really the Northerners first. But they didn't know that it was, of course, the Fulanis first. So, two things that happened in Nigeria before independence and all the time of colonialism is this. Britain came to Nigeria and they were doing their business. The Arab came and they did not mind much in their business. They concentrated in religion. And they came with the Fulanis through the north. So when the Britons started fighting them, and they find out that it will be a very big problem for them since the Southerners are not much problem concerning religion or whatever, that they were able to sell their religion in the eastern side because the Easterners' culture was almost the same belief with the Christianity. So they didn't find it as a problem in the East. So, and when they came to the North, there was no much business in the North. There was not much business in the North, except that granite they were having that time. So, what did they do? They did not buy much slave trade from the North. They concentrated buying slaves from the eastern side and from west. because they tested their intelligence and everything. They find out that the East are more manpower and more intelligent. So the white man is very clever. So he concentrated on that side that will benefit him or benefit them. So now, when the struggle was continued, they find that the Arabs are not giving. Arabs were only after their religion, and they have to go in agreement with the Fulanis and the Arab. We are not going to disturb your religion. Don't disturb our business. They reached that agreement, and then they handed over Nigeria to the Fulanis with their religious belief. Do with Nigerians whatever you want, but in anything concerning business and finance, British first. And that was the agreement. So that is what is playing on till today, if people don't know. So the Britain is not after you if you kill 1 million Christian in order to say Muslim. In Nigeria, it is not their business. Their business is that their income that is coming from Biafra land. So, and the Fulanis are not much more to know if there is any, if Nigeria will be work for economic reason or whatever, for people to have a good life. That is not their business. Their business is to sell the Islam to every part and corner of Nigeria. So if you are talking about what they will do to make Nigeria well, so that it is not their business. Their business is to occupy your land, say the Muslim, and make sure that they occupy your land and say their religion. So that is what has been going on in that land. And when the Southerners come, they started crying, hey, there is it's like if that was the agreement was reached. So Dr. Nnamdi was a kind of Zig was Ufeke, na so they divided, British divided Nigeria and put it in the condition with the Fulanis, how it will be, and they left. And that agreement is still until today. So when Nnamdi came and told them, okay, go for restructuring, go and get me restructuring, bet me for Fulani man to accept restructuring. It's better for him to accept dividing Nigeria than for him to accept restructuring. Go and mark it. They will never, no matter what you do. What did Shatima tell you the other day? Say restructuring on my foot. So they will even accept separating Nigeria for them to accept restructuring. So it is impossible. So that is what you are seeing that is playing every day in Nigeria. Then you ask yourself, how can it be that the Fulanis, they kill the Yoruba kings, kill their religious leaders, kill the poor and the women and children in Yoruba? None of the governor from the north make any comment. None of them visit any Yoruba land to say sorry. You ask yourself a question, how can you come to the Biafra land where they will rape, kill our kings, kidnap our priests, pastors, kill some, and they take ransom and rape the women and children and destroy homes? None of the northern Fulani governor, none of the northern king or whatever come down to any part of the east and say, I'm sorry that the northerners are doing all those things, are destroying your farms, and you people are no more going to farm. None of them come down to say sorry to any of the governor. Instead, the kings of the Igbo land, the Ezes should go to the north, to the Sokoto. Ask yourself the question, why must the governor of Lagos and Edo State to go to north? Remember, when, what do you call him? When Godwin Obaseki wanted to be governor, and he was fighting Oshomole, then the Oba of Bini said that when Oshomole introduced the first time Obaseki, that he didn't know if he should support Obaseki or not. That Dangote called him. Dangote called the Oba of Benin and tell him that he should accept Obaseki, that Obaseki is his boy. That if Obaseki misbehaved, that he should call him Dangote. That is how every part of governor goes. When Yar'Adua was still alive, and Soludo was trying to come out for governor during the time of Peter Obi, and what do you call him? And the other one that left, Obiano. So Soludo said that Yar'Adua and Northerners called him to come out, to come and take over government from Obi in Anambra State. So that is how they plant all their men. And all of them know all those agreements. They all know it 100%. They know those agreements 100%. So that is what the agreement you see is. That is why if Peter will be like, let him eat, I don't know what kuru, I don't know what they call it, and eat rice. And the drink, the one they normally drink, and the one they normally roast. Let him sleep in the mosque. He can never be a president of Nigeria because they cannot trust an Igbo man. They believe no matter what that Igbo will turn those agreements that they have with British. And this agreement, it was the reason why before you become a president of Nigeria, you must go to Chatham House, or what do you call it in London, and you must go to North and abide by that government. They will ask you, did you accept Northern first? And you have to go to what do you call it, to Chatham House, I don't know what they call it, and they will ask you, did you agree that to be British first? As long as you accept on those conditions, you are qualified to be a president of Nigeria. So if anybody expecting that anything will change in Nigeria, it cannot happen. Look at what happened in Edo State. The first thing the governor did was to move straight to North to go and say sorry. Who says sorry when a woman was, they were suspecting him of one crime in the North, and the police arrested that Igbo man. And that Igbo man and the police, the mobs, the criminal, the youth, the Fulanis, the Muslim Islam extremists have to go to the police station, break the police and pursue, chase away the policeman and bring that man that was in the cell and kill him. What happened? How many people were arrested? Which of the governor came or the president came to the north, to the east and say, I'm sorry? This girl of Deborah of yesterday that was having a problem with her classmates because she's a Christian, and they killed her, knowing fully what those people that killed her were those her classmates. How many of those her classmates was arrested today? Nobody. So that will show you that the agreement that was reached before they handed Nigeria over to independence 1960 or 1960, it was a Fulani first and British first. And before you become a president in Nigeria, you must abide to that law, whether you like it or not. And that is what we are fighting against today. That's why we want to be free. That's why we are looking for independence of the United States of Biafra.
Thank you so
Look at what happened in those states. If Simon Ekpa were still out by now, they will not just call it Igbo that killed those people in those states. They will call it that it was Simon Ekpa that went there and killed those people. These are the kind of evidence they're having today against our leader, Simon Ekpa, and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. So for you to know that what we are fighting is very, 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 very big. And the people who are fighting this battle with us don't understand it at all. Until they understand what we are fighting, they will know, they will not even remember, I want any position in IPOB. What they will remember is, I want freedom. That is what they're supposed to remember. So, but today, everybody is grabbing money and looking for position, not for freedom. That is evil. So we will continue fighting. We will not relent. There is no going back. Biafra must definitely come, whether they like it or not. That is what we are fighting for. The freedom of the United States of Biafra. No, nothing no addition and no subtraction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother, for that very submission. Before we allow my beloved brother Maxwell to make input, let us hear another version of that discussion. Then after that, our brother Maxwell will now come into it.
Must know that everybody is afraid.
Afraid of what?
This government has caged the judiciary, which is the last hope of the common man.
No, I'm coming. Where I'm heading is this. We have the Benue senators. We have Enugu senators. We have Imo senators, Anambra senators. All these states that these headsmen consistently ravage, their senators are in the National Assembly. My question is, how are they caged to bring out a bill, to bring out a motion notifying the National Assembly that we are going through an existential crisis? Nobody is talking about it. This is the document. These are visual evidence to prove that these individuals are mutilating our crops, displacing persons from their homeland. Farming activities cannot take place because of these terrorists. And you're telling me that they are caged? Is that not their responsibility to present the plight and represent the interests of the people that voted them in there? Or were they not voted in?
Okay, let me answer you. Several occasions, these people have tried to sponsor bills and it's thrown into the trash bin. Number one, there have been serious outcry for Nnamdi Kalu's release.
Okay.
So many senators have raised it on the floor of the National Assembly, on the floor of the House of Representatives. It has been thrown into the trash bin. You see what happened when they raised a bill to immortalize Humphrey Nwosu. At least the man that announced the June 12th result, election result. You saw what somebody stood up to say, that the person that he announced won is now the symbol of democracy. But the man that risked his life to announce the result,
said he did not announce it. They said he did not announce it.
If he did not announce it, how did you now know that Abiola won? How did Abiola win?
Professor Nwosu wrote a book. He wrote a memoir where he detailed everything.
Wait, no, now, see, there is a section of this country, some parts of them, that the way they heartlessly lie and change history, you make it ask if they are human beings. How can you say Humphrey Nwosu did not announce results? Now, how did Abiola win? If Humphrey Nwosu had cancelled that result, there wouldn't be any Abiola. This last election, Mahmoud announced a result and announced a winner, who the whole Nigerians know did not win the election. It says because somebody announced it. If Mahmoud, in his own wisdom, had said, "Oh, this election is not well conducted," and cancel it, no winner will emerge. They are so heartless to deny the man that announced the result that made MK Abiola the face of democracy. I did not agree with that, but I mean, this is what was done. Nobody is saying make Humphrey Nwosu as Humphrey Nwosu the face of democracy. All right, but at least recognize, I mean, the effort he made, because he was under pressure to cancel that election. And if I'm sure, that is one thing with our Igbo people. Our Yoruba brothers have never reciprocated the support we've been giving to them. In fact, I don't know whether they want us to vanish from this country.
Not all of them. Not all of them. You may say the APC supporters.
I don't know. No. Even before now, there were the Awolowo followers. They hate Igbos with passion. And unfortunately, our current government is part of Awolowo followers. And that is why you see this much hatred about the Igbos. How can somebody write? If the person has said, I mean, no need. I mean, if I had made a but to say he did not announce the election. If he did not announce the election, how did Abiola now win the election? So this is, and we're all Southerners. No, so these are part of the challenges.
Don't they have fertile land in the north? I need to understand why you leave your entire territory. The north has one
We can't hear you, Mazu Chicks.
Oh, sorry. My beloved brother Maxwell, go ahead. I say, I believe you've been watching from the background all this while. So go ahead and pick up the mic, speak from any direction you wish to speak about on this very issue. Let's go ahead.
Thank you so much. I salute each and every one of you that is in this platform today. Those in the comment section, I throw away salute to you. I wish you the best this day that God has made us to see, will provide for you, will give to you. May God bless Mazen Namdekan. May God bless Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister. May God continue to fortify them with His Spirit and the spirit of resilience that He has already given to them. May God double it for them, one after the other. Those in my mother's ancestral land, I say, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to protect and provide each and every one of you, because the zoo, our land is under occupation. Our land is under occupation, not just only from the Nigerian terrorist government, but for their stooges and their willing tools, or their foot soldiers, the armed Fulani terrorists and the likes of them. You see, you, the Igbo politicians, including this my sister that is talking here now, una go explain tire. Una never cry yet. Una go explain tire. It be now where you people recognize that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was this, was that. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started, what did you people tell him? What did you people tell him? Is it not his soldiers that surrounded him that stood the test of time till today? What did you people say? When you people gathered with Caro White, when Caro White went to Njenje under the interview of Mazezuki and said that they had a high-powered meeting, high-powered delegation or meeting or nonsense that will seal everything. Where were you people? You are here now. You are fighting. You are fighting. What is the reason of even giving a man that died? Is that what they should fight in National Assembly? Your people are being killed in their houses, in their lands, in their markets, in their farms. They can't farm. They can't do anything. They cannot even move freely. Our women and men and children can no longer move freely. The only thing you found the need for is to go and begin to fight for national honors for a man that conducted an election that was, presumed the fairest and whatever, under a very strong. Do you think, anyway, I don't know his mind, even in his depth self, if he is alive now, I do not know where he will be. He will be acting like them too. He will be acting like them too. Even if they give him that appointment, that honor, he will take it. He will not even say, no, I reject it. Like who? Is it the Chinua Achebe? Rejected. Chinua Achebe rejected. I think I had Mazi Chuks correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he rejected the honor that he was given during the Civil War.
You see, there is nobody, even on wheelchair, when he was lecturing, I think in the University of California in the United States, he was still talking about the need to decentralize that country. Chinua Achebe, these are the people that have studied that country. They find out that this country, with the way it is going, it would only hit the rock. An Igbo man, a Biafran, the riverines, all of you are in one boat. The same way they throw your brothers in the hinterland is the same way they are going to treat you. It happened in my eyes. I was a living witness. January, year 2000, when the useless and terrorist, extremist, jihadist Ahmed Yerima of Zamfara State introduced Sharia in the north. They pied a lot of people. They forced people to recite Quran. I am telling you what I saw. Do you know how many soldiers died at that time? He moved away from there, from implementing or protesting for Sharia. They went to Kaduna Central Market, which has been renamed to a Fulani Ali Gumi market. If you saw how they destroy the Igbo goods, they went into their warehouses, they went into their shops. Plasma TV as at that time. For those of you that remember when VCD, video compact disc, mini component came out newly, that was where I bought my own. 1998, 99. Stunning, 3,000 was that time. I bought it at Kaduna Central Market. Now Ali Gumi, the Fulani man, renamed to a Fulani man. If you knew what they did to the Igbo traders in that place, is it those that were pied, those that were displaced? They were going from house to house, houses to houses, fishing them and putting them together, trying to, asking them to recite Quran. We met some, we rescued some. The story they told us is what I am believing, because it wasn't one. You see them in 50, 100, 200. They gathered them where they have majority of their own people. The minority Christians that are there will be dealt with. That was what happened, especially in Kaduna, where I was that year 2000. These were most of the things Chinua Achebe and co, the likes of him, saw. They said, no, we cannot continue like this. Restructure that country. There was a country. For me, there wasn't a country. A country that was put together by a foreign element and his girlfriend side chick. It's not a country to me. I can't answer such country. Burkina Faso, what were they? Burkina Faso, I think I've forgotten the name they gave them. They changed it. Ghana did same. There are so many other countries that have done so. It is only one Nigeria that are keeping the name that was given to them by a drunk and a side chick. Till today, name has spiritual implications on the people. A drunk and a side chick, a prostitute. Can't you see the manifestation of it in Nigeria? Cast and iron. Can they work together? Uro na igwe. Can they work together? They can never work together. And people that have said we want to quit that irresponsible construction you are holding on, because of you, the politicians in Biafra land, they are holding us back. You cannot fight for your own people. Your people are killed. The only thing they kill, just like my brother Craig said, Akalaka, they ran into the police station in Kano for safety. For safety. The mob went in there, chased the police officers, dragged him out, and pied him brutally. The Kano state government that time came to the state of Akalaka and apologized. They don't see you finish now. You are in bed with them. You are also corrupt. They know that you are corrupt. Then how will you now fight a man that is holding your finger is in the mouth of that particular man? Can you give him a knock on the head? They are all afraid. They know what they have committed against their people. The village heads, the Fulani boy came out and said, any village we enter in the south, entire south, we give money to the village head. They see them come out and talk? Have you seen them coming out to talk? Or what that guy said was not true? These are the people that are selling their own people. And when they collect this money, they go in themselves, their families, their wives will be eating that money. Whereas these aliens will be marching into the people's farms and graze. That is the reason why you see them pulling out cassava because they paid to do that. They didn't give them restrictions. In a modern world today, this is what you do. In a modern world, ordinary Equatorial Guinea, that is the Africa leading, I think they are the Africa leading beef, producers or exporters. You cannot go to Equatorial Guinea and go and see cows roaming everywhere. In cities, in Abuja, cars, motorists are giving way, making way for cows in Abuja. In Anambra, the same thing. In Anambra, they march into the schools where children are learning because they impose them against the will of the people. That is why they are controlling them. And I told you that the caliphate cannot come and fight you. They won't come and fight you. They behave like Uduelele. There is an animal, an ant, in an insect or so in Igbo land. When they are farming, let's say this March, now April, when people are going to the farm, you see them gather in a tree or a cut-off tree that is regenerating, that is growing leaves, new leaves. When you stand there, you hit your leg on them, they will be shaking. They will be shaking. They are using other people's to fight their own for their own cause. And that is what our people are playing into their hand. These people cannot learn from history. You put your people at the mercy of these people. How can you collect money? A community head, you collect money and you allow people to take their cows to go and graze on your own people's farms. And when they challenge them, they will come after them because they paid you money. Are you not evil? These are the people that are supposed to be captured and tied very well. Because they are acting as catalysts. They are the one encouraging this evil. If they come and they give you, they present the money to you, and you say, no, we cannot graze. This place are farmlands. You can't graze here. Leave. You contact the people, they chase them away. Would they go and graze and sit down there and begin to fight our people? They will not. You sold us into their hands, and they are using us to play draft. My people, I'm telling you today, we cannot rely on these failed and cowards politicians. We can't. We must do whatever that we can to make sure that our aspirations are fulfilled. And one of them is the restoration of Biafra and the international recognition of the sovereignty of the Biafran people. If we continue in this mess, we will only end up just like the Hausa indigenous people and the indigenous minority ethnic groups in the north. They have been captured. Have you seen them talk? Those that are coming out, the little ones that are coming out on social media to tell us that, oh, they are sorry, that their forefathers were deceived, their ancestors were deceived. How many are they? Do they even have the temerity now to stand these people that are already in their compounds with guns and bullets? They cannot. They can't. This is why we should do it. When you are very, very proactive or fast in doing things, you will avoid all kinds of misfortunes. That is what is happening. That is what we must do. We are doing it. I encourage you all to put more effort into making sure that we leave that evil coven called Nigeria. Thank you so much, and God bless you, my sisters.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max, for that amazing contribution you just made. And as we proceed to go further, I think I saw my brother Akonyo Wetere here before Akonyo Wetere comes in. Let's hear more another part of that very discussion. Then Akonyo Wetere will take the stage.
Land mass in this country.
You know,
and they have a good soil for planting.
You know, the southeast has one of the vegetation in the whole Nigeria.
When you say vegetable, greenery,
yes,
green vegetation,
yes, and the vegetable from southeast is very rich. If you use a vegetable, if you plant a vegetable from the southeast and southwest, the taste is different. Even the water is equally different. All right. So because of that, and in the north, you know, north doesn't really have rain that much. They don't have that much green.
Yeah.
Yes.
But things like yam, potato, tomato, those things that grow more during the dry season.
The point is that I don't know why it is like that. If you plant and nurture it, it grows. But if I've been to the north, I mean, I attended APU.
I schooled there too. I did my secondary school there.
If you look at their land, you don't see more of green vegetation like you see in the south. If you don't see more of water like you see in the south, it's kind of more of dry
and
land,
hot.
And not that it cannot be made to be better, but they don't want to do it. They want to. I think the north has a way of wanting to do business and make gains in a platter of gold.
Okay. Do you think this is going on?
Look at how expensive cows are.
Very expensive.
1.5 million, 2 million for one cow. And you cannot spend money to plant grasses all over north. Move to a particular area, because in the north, there were vast land that are not being used, that are not being cultivated. The whole of north cannot be able to cultivate their land. You can imagine them saying, it is so funny that they are so selfish that they will come out to boast and make mockery of the south. That one state in the north is bigger than the entire south.
Yes, they say that. El-Rufai said that.
Yeah, the same region you said is so small is a dot. You're also coming, you know, to bring your cow to also graze on their little land. Now, how do they expect them to survive? They want to make us slaves who must depend on them for food, because they've made it impossible for us to cultivate on our land, and they have to come and graze on our crops to now to grow their cow and sell. I saw a video where these Fulani herdsmen were uprooting cassava.
Yes.
And
from
the
people's
owners
farms
of this farm were helpless, videoing them and sending this video out live. We saw the faces of these people doing this thing. What have the federal government do? Remember, if you kill a cow, they will kill human being, but they can uproot crops and nobody will kill them.
Do you know that there was a bandit attack in?
Thank you so much. We can't get enough of this discussion. It's a very long and interesting discussion, and we will continue to play it bit by bit, and maybe next time we can be able to round it up. So, my beloved brother Akonyo, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you. I believe you've been watching from the angle there. So good to have you.
Yes, so good afternoon from my end.
You're welcome, my brother.
Thank you so much, Uncle Chuk. Thank you, Uncle Greg, and all other parliamentarians. See, there are so many things to talk, but I will only say the few that I can say today.
Yeah.
Our sister, Auntie Odugo, did ask a question. He said that there were an agreement. Our governors and all the political leaders on our side. At that side, in the plan. Wait. At that time, I was in the plan. What agreement have I signed? After me making something based on my own understanding and study of Nigerian politics. Share here that Mbala at this republic, I know, 99. Can someone x-ray the leaders that led the Southeast then? The governor of Anambra State, that man that brought Bakassi to sweep Ndile Zuori, check here the one lead the Ebonyi State then. Check here Shimaroke ndị nke lead the Enugu then. Look at all those leaders, those governors. Go back and check their impact. X-ray them the kind of politician have. So Obasanjo Medie, let's call a spade. He tried. They tackled the major problem that will lead to development Nigeria needed. The economy grew. Yaradua entered. He shoot up the economy. Jonathan entered. Do you know what the North then did? They now ensured that no other politician, any political figure that rise in the East, laga abonye the corrupt. Unaga semu na obu na emeki ihe di ohia. Kalachi Imo State. Imo State will go up in flame for all these years. Hope was them money. They only shop for people that are corrupt, that are deeply corrupt. And that is the reason why. That is one thing like that Kamo Binji Marala, P2B will not become our president. He is corrupt, but his own corruption, Aboho in government, in his business side, or they are alarming. It's just a normal thing, maybe by mistake, or they are alarming, and something I can lay hold on him. That is the same pattern on Nobu Good Luck. Because Abuna Good Luck they corrupt as they do champion. Why haven't they indicted him? Buhari take over from him. Yan Obasanjo Chile before Yaradua, before Good Luck. Gala France Bossat, Gigi defending Mambila project, La France. It is Abuju that they called on to them. Why didn't they include Good Luck, Jonathan's name? So when all these things happen, they now discover that how are we going to subjugate these people? We make sure, and they were advised by the British, we make sure that the pattern, British told them that the pattern we are using in the entirety of Africa, getting somebody that is corrupt internationally to be the president of every state, president of every country. That is the same this thing you guys will play on the southeastern region and the south part, even the southwest. That is what you will play on them. If you succeed in getting a so damn corrupt somebody and making the leader, the person will be helpless. Anytime you want to make a move, just put a call. Do you remember so and so? The person will shut them out down. So that is the agreement. There's no written agreement, and I bet anybody to just go and x-ray the politics from 2007 down to today, what we are seeing. So that is my own little understanding of the agreement, whether written agreement or oral agreement they are having. That is what the North is playing. During Okpebelo's campaign, he promised to do people that I will give you people insecurity. You people also ask questions. What is Okpebelo saying? He has released statement. He said that he chooses fight that he will not lose. That is why he went to Kano to go and commensurate with them, condole with them, and offer to pay compensation. That he don't want to pick up a fight that he will lose. What pushes him to say so?
He doesn't want to pick a fight that he will lose.
A fight that he will lose. Go on his type of Mundo Pueblo, his Twitter handle. You will see it. He has released the press release yesterday. I read it this morning.
That's so he have accepted
the kind of leaders they are putting. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu hammered on Warrant Chief. Let me tell you guys. Right now, I'm in the Southwest. Do you know that it is only the families that are meant to bring out king are still producing their kings? And when they produce this king, within their IGR of their state, boys will be collecting money for them. Like where I am, boys, each community have their king. It is only in Igbo land now that they've taken kingship away from the pattern, the original pattern that the British made it when they invade our land. They now take it away and give the people that have made money. When you now make money, you go to the government, you support the governor for him to now come and give you people, your own community, a king, and they will make you king. The community that have the offer, they have succeeded in not letting the people, because king, they are not meant to work. They are not meant to work. It's the villagers that feed them. They've taken it away from it. And they forgot that any time that someone becomes a public figure, it go bound for what? Opposition to attack you, to dig your information. And immediately, they will now have your information, the DSS, as in the security operative. They will now go and dig out your information. That is what they are doing in the Southeast. That is why it pains me when some people that are fighting this, that are calling for this Biafra, comes out to profess for our liberation. Why they are daft, full of illiteracy, as in illiteracy covers them. They know nothing, but they are the ones talking about Biafra. They don't even know anything about the system that they are fighting to liberate themselves from. Because it is when you know, I think the antidote to a snake bite is snake venom. You don't even understand the system that you want to liberate yourself. How will you now know how to undo the system? The last time I spoke on your program, I said that Dr. Ngozi, anybody that works with Dr. Ngozi must be somebody that have spoke in support of Nigeria. Let the charlatans that are saying that she's proud to say I'm a Nigerian person, let them continue ranting. Because there's one thing about, check out these our leaders. At a point in time, they stood as a rock of Gibraltar, fighting against those that are speaking against Nigeria. Until they met their Waterloo. They now revive. Because all test style niile ọ machaghị ya kedu ịnọkatịbịa asawo chegharịa all I see na ala obi ya because onwezi ihe la any time. That is the form of our leaders. They have pushed, speak, write memo, call on people, crusade people, being a comrade for how to see Nigerian war, and they discover that Nigeria cannot war. That is why when they speak, you see them spitting fire, spitting out fire. Watch Simon when he made U-turn. He said it in Dr. Dami that if he lays hand in an atomic bomb, that the first place you blow up is Asura. That is how the hatred now grows in them. But all this career agitator Ganyeren only for all his life, all our war or on abroad, or for the $150 million macaron or maybe in a year, okay, la role with tax, la ku gole menka, ku mortgage menka. In a month like this, or full belly like $1,000. Mother than $1,000 or $6,000 once. In year this month, year next month, only be don't call. Only la hand will be 1 million. And all the very born again la church. Even offer shop ale kai or dodge ya say la zia. He would 2 million cash in your nya. That in nearly me. Gaguya. You may boy be dongoba. Cham dog or your boots or sutabangoba. You must come down with alcohol. Or you go there by my test ba. Before you know it was or see or here and know. Because on we go that thing no made you humble. That thing no made you humble. Poverty are humble ya. Apugo go. Mba full ambule Kenya mba funa ụmụnwaanyị nwara mma na ọ la dị mma. But before offer her onwe he go eji price ha, he chose to be humble. That is the kind of Christianity in North Africa. They will boldly say that the Western people that brought Christianity to us, they are not doing it again. kedu ihe ahụ na-akpọga ndị mmadụ mere ebe ọbụla ji bụ prayer center kedu ihe na-akpọgọrọ hardship before m na-akwụsị ụka ejiri m ụka ala enweghị ga-eme ka ndị ọzọ n'ụwa m ihe m ji je ya eche m ihe mmadụ ji eje skuul bụ ka o jecha skuul ka o nweta ọrụ ejiri m ụka ka m kpere Chukwu ka m nweta ihe ekpee m ya for complete 20 years onweghị any good thing m nwetara every year m sow seed me no I don't believe again. I want to know. I want to know. I don't want to base my life on belief. I don't want to believe again. And that is the same pattern that is playing in this our struggle. Many people are believing, like those, some are believing that the struggle will be gotten, will be given to us by Nnamdi Kanu, just as the US. Some are believing that the struggle will be given to us by Simon Ekpa. That is their belief. If we speak now, they say we are Sabo. Because Ngozi has no home. That is why some people make their stand that I believe no deep down their heart, that is their belief. They are not after no to know how we get this struggle. When you want to know, that is when you'll be playing with facts. Okay, the fact is that as a freedom fighter, is either they kill you or they arrest you. Now, your knowing will make you to know that, okay, if they get me off, and they succeeded in getting our leader out of our hand now, no, that is how somebody that want to know thinks. But somebody that want to believe, we believe that when I rant, when I shout, when I attack, God will do it. God is not doing anything. God will never do anything for you. If you like, pray, don't eat it till the next 6 months. It won't change the heart of what? Finland. Even this Donald Trump we are talking of, I've said it on your program. If we do not change the pattern, the way we are approaching to this, Donald Trump will rule. If he contests for third term and win, he will rule and finish. He will not do any damn thing. You call Ngozi Sabo. But all this time that you are calling Ngozi Sabo, she is always talking. I have no, because we're going Ngozi Porosia, like the one at Dajile Menganga. Kana go na Nigeria. Only he gave me come have to see somewhere. All the while the DOS but Simon na they send there from Wausa. And we bring call up because go call Simon or somebody say I make one kai will pass the time. No one Nigeria time. Somebody can go put ya. Even market age dear, onya he whip the beria, Wobonya whip the beria. Go and hear the coup became with the Biafra. Then he turns there, see onya having a like some money, see like him. Obu believe you. Good and fine in Rogole Kubezie. Let me up more in a public setting. This Biafra now. Kedi maka group wale kunka. Yes, we are all saying the same thing. You will not insult, even both publicly and behind. You will not. There won't be any traces of you insulting. But all you people organize your energy on is how to insult. If I talk, you crop my video and you call me Sabo. You twist it and you are telling me that Biafra will come. And when anybody let me just say this one and yield for now. See, one thing that is going to play out is that we that are speaking for USB, I will say time without number. Let us resort to building this institution called USB. Whatever thing our DPM brings out, of which when he brings the thing out, we see it. If it is not good, we always raise our voices that this is not good. Just as when she wanted to go to be interviewed by Dr. Dami, we all said we don't want. She did not go. Let she continue. I saw something flying that she has appointed IGP of police for Biafra. All those institutions, let she start doing it, even if it's 2%. That is the plan for tomorrow when this revolution will take up in Nigeria. It is upon those platforms that we will fall back. Because Fulanis, they've tested the ground, like I said it. After the arrest of our PM, we even said that we don't want to be seeing anything online again. And I will say it again this morning. If you are so eager to see Woto. Open up your own platform. I don't know how much you guys buy StreamYard. Purchase StreamYard. Tell us that this platform, you want to be using it for Woto. I will subscribe so that YouTube will allow you to stream. Go and be digging all the Woto, whatever you see, the one happen in the north. Tag it there as Simon did it. Say that I am the one sponsoring it. We will be clapping for you. Don't tell Ngozi to put. Everybody has his or her own color.
We can't hear you.
His network is giving him problems.
Yeah, I think we can't hear him anymore. We lost him. So we must continue. And he's always almost rounding up on his line of thought. So now we are, as we are going into the conclusion, every one of us should be able to understand.
Madness.
He's still talking. We lost you. We didn't hear your last word. Are you still there? Akonyewete. Okay. So, my fellow Biafrans, as we are rounding up on this program now, we're going to be rounding up. We've spent more than 3 hours now, so we're going to be rounding up. Before then, let us round up with this very message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. After this message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, then every speaker on the platform will now give the closing remark. Hopefully tomorrow we will continue to play that very video and analyze it more, the other aspect of the video.
Of God Almighty in heaven. And we know that God exists. And as long as he liveth, as my name is Nnamdi, my Redeemer liveth, as long as God lives in heaven, all of you can never triumph against us. Ojukwu said it before, and you said he failed. We know why he failed, because God said the time wasn't right. I want to show them, my children, what is called Biafra, that very kingdom. They have to fight their way into it. If that is the option you leave for us, then by all means, we will oblige you. But Biafra must come, or we all die. It's as simple as that. There is no alternative. People must understand the rage that is boiling within us. You must understand how angry we are. We may look normal to you, but we are very, very angry, believe you me. And by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name won't exist. That I can assure you. You people are now beginning to see the type of madness that we are capable of unleashing. And more is coming. And I do not hide it, because you hate us anyway. This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani. But rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're neutral. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. Check it up, mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they charge us. Do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped. Victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. UN never uttered a word. EU, nothing. US, nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop. until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead. You think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo: lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to go on to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet.
You meet yourself, oh.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. So, my fellow Biafrans, listening to the message of Mazen Nandekan, you can never get enough of it. And if we continue to go on for hours, and I bet you can never, ever get tired. But fortunately, we have come to the end of the program today. And I would like all the speakers to use two minutes to round up and give us a word of encouragement and last speech as we go to come back again tomorrow and continue on this very message that we are passing. Let us start from our brother Greg. Our beloved brother Greg, go ahead and give us a closing remark as we round up.
Yeah, just as we continue on the process, as we come to the closing of today, we just want to encourage the Biafrans to be mindful of what we are doing. Focus yourself with United States of Biafra and nothing more. Do not be distracted by all these fake people everywhere. Do not be distracted from all the fake agitators who call themselves freedom fighters without knowing that they were just installed in what we are doing only just to distract the government and bring the evil information to the evil ones who is against the Biafra independence. At this point in time, anybody that called himself a Biafran that have not understand that we are in a very big mess in still fighting this battle, that person I don't know what he needs. I don't know what we can use to change that person. So my message this afternoon is, we have all witnessed every day injustice, everyday injustice, uncountable. And the Biafran doesn't have brother or sister that can help them. No friend can help them. Only we always fight and call upon the God who made heaven and earth. So let all Biafrans buckle their selves up, stand up and fight for your freedom, and come out of this mess. We don't need to wait until all the whole Biafra land is wiped away before people will know that something is going on. So let us come together, look up to the government and respect the government, listen to what they are doing and what they are telling us to do, and we will obey and do it. It's only obey, trust and obey that can bring us Biafra. Not somebody will say, this is my idea, my idea is the best idea. If you not take that my idea, I will not do anything. And they cannot respect the head. And you want you by all means to take what he's telling you or what he think, even without any reliable information, to direct you on how you can move or what you can do on what you cannot do, because they think they can do it better, even when they know nothing. So my people, never look back, stand on your feet and fight for your freedom. That is my message to Biafrans this afternoon. Thank you, Mazi Chus, and all my brothers and sisters here. May God bless you and give you more able and strength, and not to look back. Going back is dead. We are moving forward until Biafra is there. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, our beloved brother Greg. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide you, protect you at all times. We thank God. I think your voice is getting more clearer. Thank God you're healed. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Greg. I appreciate you. So let's go to our brother Maxwell. Go ahead, brother Max. Give us a closing remark as we close the curtain.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. The United States of Biafran people, the fight for the sovereignty, the total sovereignty of Biafra is a task that must be done. We don't expect help from anybody. Wherever that help comes, first, it is going to come from God. Second, it is going to come from you and I. The commitment of our people into this affair is what is going to give us Biafra. Stay clear of anything that is going to harm this struggle. Do not support evil. Do not support discussions. Do not support gathering that is against the United States of Biafra, as Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is presiding. If you think that what she is doing, her cabinet members, ministers, and so on and so forth are doing is not the right way, please steer clear. Take a reference from what is going on in Afenifere. I do not know if you have listened to Afenifere. You that is outside, you will be looking at it that there are two factions of Afenifere. If you ask both of them, they will tell you there is no faction. We are doing the same thing because they agree on that principle, the policies and ideologies of Afenifere. They have never gone anywhere to begin to carry out smear campaign against each leader. They've never gone anywhere to criticize themselves and make jest of themselves on the social media. That is where we must learn from. Look, they've been attacking me anywhere from anywhere. They've been attacking me. But I still maintain
that if you feel that what I am doing, the path that I have chosen is not the right path, do your own and let me be. It doesn't call for insults. That is where I stand. And every Biafran must understand that if it is not United States of Biafra, it can never be like United States of Biafra. Every instruction, policies derived, coming out from the United States of Biafra is what you must take. If it is not it, it can never be it. There is no counterfeit. It is only one United States of Biafra. I thank you so much. And I said, the same God that has brought us, Chukwokikama Abiam, that has brought us to this point, will lead us through. Do not be afraid. The storm is heavy. It is going to be heavy. It is going to be heavy, but prepare. But God, presiding over the affairs of the United States of Biafra, under the leadership of Dr. NgoziOrabueze and her cabinet members, will never allow us to fail. I love you all. May God bless you and protect you as you go out and come into your houses today. I love you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, our beloved brother Maxwell. May Chukwuka bless you. We love you much more. We appreciate you for all your contributions and effort to educate our people. May Chukwuka bless you richly. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Let's hear from Akonye Wetere. Give us your closing remark as we close the curtain for the day and continue tomorrow. Go ahead.
Ndewo, my brother. Closing remark nke mba amụma ka m ga-eburu ndị mmadụ taa.
Bugora a positive one.
For this thing leme now. Before mbodo amụma, ala m ekele Dr. Ozi n'ụdịka obi Chukwu nyere ya. Because ebe a na-asụ okwu anya ka okwu si ebe. Ọ na-amị nọ. Aga m emenwude ihe ọ na-eme. Insult all they take from ndị ọka mma ka ebe ha zọrọ ụkwụ mma. The iwu si akọdịnate onwe ya. The iwu si akọdịnate onwe ya ekwu okwu ma ọ bịa ị ga-afụ any traces of maybe trying to attack back. Ndị be sị aka Chukwu dị ya. Ala m ekele ya n'ụtụtụ a sị ya jisi ike. Now, amụma m bụla bụ ijos tinyekwa okwu ihe the likes of Nnamdi and Simon kwuru. Because Simon, his own was a kind of affirmation and showing the work, walking the talk of our dear beloved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kwuru. So let me also affirm it today. You see, Nigeria, Tinubu sacked Mele Kyari yesterday, appoint Onye Yoruba as the general MD of NNPCL.
Yeah.
Ihe ndị be anyị, amụma ndị be anyị ga-egere m n'okwu taa bụ na ha gbaa mbọ ma ndị ukwu ma ndị nta ma DOS ma ndị otu oge nkere ma ndị nke kwenyere ebe anyị kwụ ma ndị otu nke Kisi Ụzọma ma minimal group to come ma ndị Chukwu ya akpọ oku ma ndị ga-afụ miss call Chukwu ma ndị pikiri pik ha pik chafuo ha jọsụ chịkọta onwe ha ọnụ because ihe jeka ime na bụ na number 1 ekpere onye ọbụla ya ekpe bụ Peter Obi win kwa election. Because Peter Obi win election, ọ ga-take nweta Biafra 50 years backward. Now, ọ bụ na win ho, ngwa ha gara amụma Tinubu ga-agba mbọ niile ọ ya agba o win 2027. And mgbe ahụ ọ ga-win ka ndị Awụsa ga-adị ka ha ga-etupu tipu ona ahụ ewi ịgbara anwụrụ ọkụ
si tipu o nwere ike tipuo ebe ọ ya akụ isi ọ bụrụ ebe ọ ya akụ isi kugbuo onwe ya onye a ka ndị Hausa ya tipu. Mark my word today. You see this here ha bidoro la south now. I just test the microphone. So attack ha ga launch. Gabu attack ha launch. We had destabilized Ochichi Jonathan. They were killing everywhere. They even made Nnamdi to think twice from supporting Nigeria and start pushing for Biafra. So ihe ndị Hausa ji ka ime na bụ na Tinubu ga-continue na-make mistake how they make. So amụma mụrụ anyị mara n'obodo adịghị mma bụrụ ndị nze. So anyị jikọ onwe anyị ọnụ. So the ones, the voice you played from VOP, all those likes of those people, they are all there for their work. If there's not this chaos, how would they be called upon to come and speak? They don't want Kobodobia. They running a media house. Lego Gapogilapa for you to investigate. You will not just come and say a report to the Hebrew mother is seen as cause of wounded mother without fact. How number Hebrew educates the bone down. That is why they want Nigeria to be like that. They want to analyze and there. If Nigeria should change, how would their likes be able to analyze and generate followers for them? So all this is a systematic plan to annihilate everybody. But our people should know that if Tinubu wins 2027, by 2031, before 2031, again wasn't heading Nigeria. So that is the only thing we are really sure. So that's my pattern remark today. And the closing remark. Thank you so much, Uncle Chups. God will continue to keep you. Every day, kill them improve. Every day, kill them improve. Keep on improving. I saw a reason. Yes, it's not a cry scope. Let you guys don't look at the back to throw stone at the dog that is backing. It will delay you getting to your destination. Improve. Posterity will judge. When the wind will blow, all these works of yours, it will stand the test of time. But every lies will fade away. For example, when Manisotala France was in our cabinet shouting, immediately he shows her true color. All those things that we were even praising her then, all of them fade away. But this truth that me and you are dishing out today, it will stand the test of time. Just as Nnamdi Kanu's own Labo knew every morning. Bob like Aporia, or yesterday night, call a good thing. That is the only word of encouragement again. Do not deviate from speaking the truth. Speak whatever you know. Don't speak on whatever you believe. Because when you want to know, you will seek for facts. You will fast check whatever voices that come. You will make sure that whatever you put on the public space is something that is verifiable. Keep it up and dig more information about our people. Present it in this way you are presenting it. Because as we are saying it today, the forthcoming people that are in their 10, 11 years today, when the time comes, if they lay hold on your work, will it be worthwhile? Will it be worth listening to? Or will they see it as a crap that they will declare not interested. So that is when you envision all these things I'm saying, it will make you to put more effort, dig out information about the real meaning of this cause of Biafra. Posterity will judge all of us. That is why I say what you know. Say what you know. Don't, for the sake of popularity, you choose to say what that will fly. You choose to lie. You choose to demoralize somebody so that you'll be relevant. No. Say what you know. That in 10 years to come, it will still be pure as the words of Nandi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother Akonyewete. I appreciate you for your participation on the program today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Fellow Biafran that is watching, you can see something that is being projected there. That is the ticket for the inauguration of our headquarters in Washington, D.C., 30th May, for the Peace Summit. During that Peace Summit on the 30th May, the inauguration of the headquarters of the United States of Biafra will be done. The inauguration ticket is out. You can apply for the ticket and get the ticket and be part of it. Go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. This is her platform where you are watching this program now. Where I'm getting it from is from her own platform. So when you go there, you are going to get all the required information and you can be able to join the activities that is going to happen on that day. This is our platform, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, official platform on X, our Deputy Prime Minister. This is our platform. Go there. You are going to get the information there. You will see the link and information on how you are going to get the ticket. Breaking by USB Washington, D.C. event ticket now. So you can, the link is there on where to click. The link is there. You just click on the link and it will take you directly and show you how you can be able to purchase the ticket. A lot of people are already getting the ticket to be there. If you want to be part of those who are going to be there on the front line, make sure you are there. You know, we have millions of Biafra in the United States. So if you don't go there on time, if you don't apply on time, you might not have space. So if you really want to be part of it, please make sure you apply as early as possible and get your own ticket. The ticket is already out. That is the flyer you are seeing there. That is the video you are seeing there. This is it, the ticket. So if you want to be part of that very program on the 30th May, the Peace Summit and the inauguration, try as much as possible to get your ticket and you will find yourself there. There is another information on the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. He said, breaking, appointment, Deputy Inspector General of Police for the United States of Biafra, Kevin E., has been appointed as the Deputy Inspector General of Police for the United States of Biafra. If interested, send your information to Biafra departments@gmail.com. This is a very important information. So you can also follow there. The email is there. You get the email and be able to apply if you want to be there, if you want to be part of the service. Very important information. Don't say you're not being told. Deputy Inspector General of Police for the United States of Biafra, Kevin E., has been appointed as the Deputy Inspector General of Police for the United States of Biafra. If interested, send your information to Biafra departments@gmail.com. Fellow Biafrans, the United States of Biafra is very, very busy. Very busy. We don't have time to listening to propagandas and blackmail and responding to things that are irrelevant. What we are supposed to be doing today is what we are doing. Mazi Simon Ekpa kept the structure on what to do after declaration. Full restoration on the ground and recognition. That is where we are. Getting busy to build our government and make the structure even stronger than it can have ever been. That is what we are doing. And the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is very busy. Very, very busy. Let us continue to pray with her, continue to pray for her, and continue to support the United States of Biafra. That is the only country we have. We don't have any other country. Only one United States of Biafra is what we have. And we must do everything humanly possible to protect it, to defend it, and to make sure our voice is being heard across the world. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this very program today from the beginning to the end. I thank you for being part of the program, and I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect everyone that has participated on the program today. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for God divine protection, for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for them. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate every one of you, and we will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much for listening. See you next time. The Biafrans reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Na tulaje bwana mwabuli vemelem Atibe kwena tulane bovo Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule hule Dani mona tunilu Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali waso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Ama abulezi okwenu Na baka la keluego nezi enwe Nuboti akala keluego nudezi Maka na baba neno wa aralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banataye Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa waja siyenyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Umo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makano fobi abakama Nana nugo noe Mo Biafra na mekele umunina Nkabo nkani